This video was never a warning. It was a door. And
oh, it's a gateway! Chat, what would you do if you suddenly stumbled across a tape or a channel full of videos that were never meant to be discovered? Would you watch it or would you leave? In my case, I'm not a coward. Because today we're gonna check out a channel called Dead Signal VHS, and on this channel we're gonna find some of the most uncanny analog horror videos I've ever seen in my entire life. So turn off your lights and let's dive straight into this rabbit hole. So we have a playlist here of close to 50 videos. The reason why it says that I've watched all of them is because I had to open the video to add it to a playlist. So we're gonna start with the first one here called If You Hear Your Name, Run. Or is this a warning? Warning. What kind of warning?
This is an official emergency alert. Please listen carefully. This is not a test. Effective immediately. Citizens are advised to ignore any voice calling their name, even if it sounds familiar. Do not respond. Do not investigate. Close your doors and remain indoors until further notice. Authorities have reported multiple disappearances linked to an unknown auditory anomaly. Survivors claim they heard their names called from an empty room, and those who responded were never
Oh my
seen
god,
again.
that's from Basswood County, right? I'm pretty sure that's from...
If you believe you have already responded to your name, seek immediate isolation. Do not attempt to leave your home. Repeat.
But what happens if
Do not respond to your name if you hear it. It is not them. It was never them.
Hey, I know you can hear me. Why aren't you answering?
So if some unknown entity is calling your name, you should not respond to... I want to know what happens if you actually respond to it.
This is an emergency public safety announcement issued by the Department of Homeland Security. Please pay close attention to the following message. This is not a test. Over the past 72 hours, multiple reports have emerged regarding an unexplained phenomenon. Citizens have reported seeing a person identical to themselves standing outside
you're
their
doppelganger.
homes.
You're doppelganger,
These individuals
basically.
do not speak, do not blink, and do not move until they are noticed. If you see someone who looks
just
exactly
like
like
Herobrine,
you
right?
standing outside, do not engage. Do not speak. Do not let them in. Authorities believe these entities are highly dangerous. Their intentions are unknown. Those who have let them inside are now missing. Their homes were found empty.
Take over?
All personal belongings untouched. No signs of forced entry. Just gone. CCTV footage from multiple locations has confirmed these entities appear only to the person they mimic.
So
No
it is
one
a
else can
mimic,
see
right?
them. If a friend or family member claims they see their duplicate, believe them. They are not experiencing hallucinations. They are not imagining things. They are being hunted. Surveillance recordings show these duplicates.
You can't just show a random image of the intruder and just expect everyone to lock in, dude.
They are being hunted. Surveillance recordings show these duplicates standing outside homes for hours, watching, waiting. Authorities have analyzed the footage, and at exactly 3:33
Okay, wait. I thought this was gonna be spooky scary, but I'm starting to think this might be a shitpost. This entire channel might just be shitposting, which is super funny.
they smile. The moment they smile, it is already too late. Final warning. If you see yourself outside your home, do not open the door. Do not speak. Do not make eye contact. Turn off the lights. Close the blinds. Do not acknowledge them in any way. Under no circumstances should you let them inside. We repeat, do not let them in. Do not let them in. Do not let them in. Do not let them...
You can't just go from the public safety was issued at 333. You can't just turn your scary video into a shitpost and then do a 180 afterwards. The entire plot of this video actually reminded me of It Follows. I think it's called It Follows. It's like it's like a movie, Stephen King, I'm pretty sure, where if you do the deed with someone else who's already cursed, you basically get the follow. So there will be a person walking after you at all times, and if they catch you, you literally die, and then it goes back down the chain to someone else. So it really reminded me of that plot. The next one is the person in your photo never existed.
This is an official announcement from the National Safety Administration. Please pay close attention to the following message. A growing number of reports suggest an unexplained anomaly affecting personal photographs. Individuals have discovered unfamiliar figures.
It looks
appearing
almost
in their
AI.
family pictures. These figures were not present at the time the photos were taken. If you have recently noticed the person in your
The
photographs
fog is
whom
coming.
you do not
The fog is coming.
you are advised to follow these instructions carefully. Under no circumstances should you attempt to
That
identify
face is
this
creepy.
person.
I really don't like that
Do
face.
not ask others if they see them too. Acknowledging their presence may increase their proximity. Do not search for additional photos. Doing so may accelerate their movement. Destroying or discarding the affected photographs
Oh, I
has
see.
proven
It's skulls.
ineffective.
It's skulls.
Many reports indicate that doing so only causes the figure to reappear in more recent pictures.
Oh,
Standing closer.
and closer.
If you notice them moving, remain calm. Do not attempt to run.
As in moving
There is
closer
nowhere
in the
to go.
photos, in the images.
If the unknown figure has reached you, we regret to inform you that there is no further action to take. You were never alone.
Okay, that actually kind of freaky. If you have a photo and then you have like some guy standing behind you moving closer and closer. I feel like I've seen that in a movie before, or heard about that before. So if I go out and check like a picture of Goober, then I see like there's a guy in the background, and then I see like another vacation photo, they're closer, and another vacation photo, they're closer. And before you know it, I pick up a photo where it's supposed to be me and my girlfriend, and the boiled one is basically in the photo, and then I die afterwards. I get boiled, basically.
Struggling to sleep? Tossing and turning every night?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do, yeah.
Introducing the perfect pillow.
A perfect? How perfect?
The perfect pillow adjusts to your comfort. The perfect pillow keeps you warm. The perfect pillow holds you tight. If you feel restless, lay your head down.
And then you immediately fall
If
asleep.
you feel stressed, let the pillow cradle you. If you feel trapped, do not move. The pillow knows your shape.
Your shape?
The pillow knows your scent.
What? Whoa, hold. So it's
Pillow
sentient?
remembers every breath you take.
So it's sentient.
Pillow wants you to rest forever. Pillow feeds while you sleep. Pillow's already inside you.
The pillow is already inside you. Guys, I would one in chat right now if you want to have a pillow inside of you. That, I mean, it's kind of valid. At least I get to sleep forever, actually.
This is an official emergency alert from the National Astronomical Safety Division. At 8:32
Nesty?
p.m., citizens reported an anomaly in the night sky. There are now 2 moons. This is not an astronomical event. This is not a phenomenon. This is a warning.
A warning for
Do
what?
not attempt to identify which moon is real.
But you can see
Do
the one
not
that is evil.
stare for prolonged periods.
You can see the evil
Do
moon,
not
right?
photograph or record. If you have already looked up, it knows you're aware.
You see me? I see you.
1 moon is watching. 1 moon is waiting. If you choose wrong, you will not know until it is too late.
So I picked the right moon, right? I'm not gonna look at you. I'm not looking.
Do not acknowledge. Do not look up.
I mean, it's pretty easy to like select which moon is right and which moon is wrong when it literally has like a evil smile on it.
Attention citizens, please listen carefully. At exactly 4:32 a.m. this morning, you woke up. You followed your
I
usual
woke up
routine. You stretched,
4 a.m. in the
yawned,
morning?
checked your phone, maybe even looked in the mirror. Everything seemed normal. But we have reason to believe that may not have been you. We advise all residents to perform an immediate verification check. Step 1. Look around you. Do you recognize your surroundings? Are the objects in your room in the same place as yesterday?
I mean,
Any
Jack Black
minor
is new.
changes, furniture slightly moved, unfamiliar sounds, a missing or extra item should not be ignored. Step 2. Find a reflective surface. A mirror, a phone screen, a window. Look closely, but do not make direct eye contact for too long. If the reflection lingers longer than you, step back immediately. Step 3. Contact someone you trust. A close friend, a family member. Ask them a specific memory only you two would know.
Because
If their
what?
response feels off, if they hesitate, if they smile too long, if they
How do you
answer
know if they
before you finish
smile?
asking, do not continue the conversation. Hang up. If any of these checks fail, do not panic. Remain calm. Do not leave your home.
What does this mean?
Do not attempt to sleep. You have already woken up once today. Waking up again is not advised.
Oh, so it's like
This is your only
Inception.
chance to make sure you are still you.
So it's kind of like Inception, right? Where if you wake up again, you don't actually wake up. Like I know in Inception, the deeper you go, the slower time gets. But the entire part, you wake up this morning, but are you really awake? So it would be someone else waking up or someone taking over your body, or I don't really understand this one. I have been waking up at 4 a.m. recently over the past couple of... Guys, I promise you, I'm not a skinwalker. I'm not a skinwalker, okay?
Attention. This is an official advisory regarding the Purple Heart emoji. Please listen carefully. This is for your safety. There have
guys use
been
the Purple
multiple
Heart.
reports of a digital anomaly spreading through messaging platforms. It starts with a simple emoji, the Purple Heart. At first glance, it seems harmless, a symbol of love, affection. But we have reason to believe it is something else. Something watching. If you receive this emoji from an unknown sender, do not reply. Do not
What happens
react.
if you reply?
Do not acknowledge it.
So you
Reports
should just
describe
supposed to
strange
read it?
occurrences following its appearance. Sudden feelings of being watched. The faint sound of typing coming from a phone that is locked. A notification sound when no messages were sent.
Whoa.
Victims report their screens glitching, their reflection in the glass lagging behind their real movements.
Oh,
and
that's...
then they go missing. The last known messages of these individuals all say the same thing.
Purple Heart, right?
Just 2 words.
Goodbye?
Before their accounts go dark. It's here.
The Purple Heart
We
is...
do not know what it is, but we know how it spreads. The moment you send the Purple Heart emoji, it finds you. Even deleting the message doesn't help. Even blocking the sender doesn't stop it. Once you see it, it knows where you are. And it watches and waits for you to send it next. If you see a Purple Heart appear on your screen, and you don't remember sending or receiving it, turn off your phone. Do not look at your reflection.
So chat killed
And
me?
whatever you do, do not send the Purple Heart emoji.
So...
It watches you.
So all of...
You just saw it.
Oh,
It's your turn now.
we're... So, you just die? This just reminds me of like one of those, what do they call those, text messages where it's like, oh, you have been cursed by the evil freaky lady. If you don't send this message to like 10 people you know, the evil freaky lady will get freaky with you. It kind of reminds me of like that entire thing. I don't remember what they're called, but back in like, you know, the 2000s where you actually texted people instead of going on Discord and Messenger and Instagram and so on, I would get tons of text messages like that, even on like different dating sites, where people would just like send me a copy paste about, oh, I died, if you don't send me to someone else, I will murder you or some shit like that, which is like super weird. Rhymes with Grok, I do agree.
Before we begin, this is your final warning. Do not watch this video till the end. We are...
So, should we just skip, or do we actually watch it to the end? You know, I'm living on the edge, I'm not afraid.
The end. We are not responsible for what might happen.
I'm not afraid.
If you do. This isn't just a video, it's a broadcast. A transmission. One that was never meant to be aired. And definitely not meant to be watched by someone like you. If you've seen strange things lately, if you've heard whispers through your headphones, it's likely this signal has already reached you.
Oh, I hear it. I hear it.
There's a pattern. Everyone who watches this and ignores the warning experiences it. Around the halfway point, your reflection may act out of sync. A glitch in the mirror. A blink that wasn't yours.
It's not out of sync.
The
I'm
light
still...
behind you, it may flicker, but
I'm still
only
in
once.
sync.
If it does, do not look behind you. Some
I'm still
hearing
in sync.
knocking from the inside of their walls.
What the...
Others see themselves standing at the end of the hallway. The ones who kept watching, they say they don't dream anymore. Not really. They wake up somewhere else.
That light has never done that before.
It's already too late.
That
for
light has
most.
never done that before.
If you've heard your name in the last few days, when no one was around, that wasn't your imagination. That was the echo. It learns your name. It waits. And it only needs one
Oh,
moment
wait,
of your
that's from,
attention
what's it called
to come
again?
through. Now we reach the end,
And voice vert.
and you're still watching. It knows your face now, your name, your silence. If you look behind you now and see nothing, don't relax. That's when it's closest. This video was never a warning. It was a door. and you
Oh,
just
it's a
opened
gateway! This wasn't a warning, it's a gateway to the dark, freaky animatronics. Why is Bonnie here? It was actually creepy, but when I saw Withered Body, exactly. I saw Withered Body, I'm like, yeah, you know, this is shitpost material. All of this is literally just dark comedy, and I'm all in for it. Warning.
This is not a drill. Residents of New York City, you must evacuate immediately.
Good thing I don't
They
live
are
in New
deleting
York.
your city.
You're deleting it?
Started downtown, a building gone, then a street, then a block. Not destroyed, just erased. Street signs
Who's
blinked
doing
out.
that?
Traffic lights vanished mid-blink.
Who's...
People walked into fog and never came out. Police won't talk. The government's silent. But
So it's
surveillance
an inside
footage
job.
shows something. Glitches, shadows, a shape where space shouldn't exist.
I forgot the name of that
We
analog
tried to
horror. What's
film
that
it.
called?
The footage corrupted instantly. Phones dead. Batteries drained. It's like the city itself is being unwritten. Now it's spreading. Brooklyn, Queens. The Bronx is already dark.
That's good.
Maps
That's
won't load.
the Bronx,
GPS
dude.
is blank. New York is being deleted. If you're hearing this, leave the city before you're next.
Couldn't they have done this with France instead? Imagine like one morning you wake up and France is just like completely gone. I actually kind of like that, you know, the government is secretly deleting different, different cities, you know. New York, gabagoo, we hate New York, bah, New York is gone. Someone in chat said they're French? Too bad. Imagine being French, too bad, dude.
Have you ever walked past a mirror and felt like the reflection held on just a second too long?
Oh, in my
They
dreams.
say everyone
In my
has a
dreams I
twin.
have.
But what if yours wasn't real? Not adopted, not separated at birth, not even human. A man who looks exactly like you.
But in the
Same
upside
eyes,
down?
Same face, same scars. But he wasn't born. He was made. We first saw him in a small town,
That's
staring
man in
at
the
a
suit,
boy
right.
through a shop window. Not moving, not blinking, just watching. No one else saw him. Only the boy, and on the security footage, he didn't appear at all. Later, the boy stopped speaking. His mother says he whispers to the walls now. He keeps saying, "That's not me. That's not me. That's not me."
Also, they treat
Authorities
these
called
places,
it
right?
stress. The town priest called it a split soul. But we found something worse. Old government files, abandoned experiments. A project labeled MIRROR 37.
Mirror
It aimed
37.
to copy human identities, not clone. Copy no DNA, no blood. Just a perfect shell wearing your face. And now people are reporting sightings all over the country. If you've seen someone who looks too much like you, walking outside, sitting at your bus stop, looking through your window, do not approach, do not speak, and whatever you do not let them in.
So you're telling me that someone that looks like me is hiding inside of my mirror, and if I look at it for too long, they can literally just like take over my soul or grab me or literally like switch places. Literally switch places, and then I'm just like stuck inside. I think like it kind of gives me Stranger Things inside, upside down, you know, like another dimension, another universe kind of deal.
It started 3 nights ago at 2:46 a.m. I wasn't asleep. I hadn't even gone to bed yet, just standing there brushing my teeth when I noticed it.
What
The
happened?
mirror blinked. I didn't. I stared at it, frozen. Maybe it was my imagination.
That must
Maybe I
have
was
been
just
freaky.
tired. But then it happened again. A twitch, a movement, too fast to be me. I waved. It waved back. I smiled. It didn't. Not yet. That's when I realized it was watching me, not mimicking, observing like it
So
was.
you do have another
waiting.
dimension inside the mirror.
The next night, I stood still in front of the mirror. I didn't move, didn't blink, didn't breathe. And still, it smiled. A full, stretched grin. Then it tilted its head. I didn't. I stepped back and it stepped forward. There was no glass sound, no reflection delay. It was like watching a recording of myself, but one that had decided to keep playing after I paused. I ran. and it watched me go. Tonight, I woke up at 2:46 again. The mirror was uncovered. I don't remember doing that. There's something written on the surface, like it was drawn from the inside, in a finger smear. Smile back. I haven't smiled since that night, but just now, as I write this, I can hear something behind the mirror. It's breathing. It sounds like me. If you look into a mirror and it smiles before you do, don't smile back, not unless you want to switch.
Pretty easy solution, right? Grab a hammer, your nearest blunt object. I know you're gonna get like 7 years of bad luck, but grab your nearest blunt object and literally just like break the mirror. What is the downside to break? What if the mirror works as like a seal? So if you break it, you kind of like let the spirit go or let the demon out. But if you just don't break it, will it just like torment you forever? Will it haunt you forever? Or will there like actually be a payoff at some point? I feel like we're at the mirror dimension now, right?
This is a Level 3 educational protocol
And now we're at a school instead.
Issued by the State Department of Student Welfare. Please listen carefully. Do not attend school tomorrow. All
The
institutions
quiet
are
kid.
to remain
The
officially
quiet kid
closed,
send out an official
even if you
DM.
see them open. Do not approach any staff or faculty. Do not respond to announcements, bells, or roll calls. And most importantly, if you see your class inside, walk away.
That's not your class.
Several students across the state have reported strange occurrences this week. Classmates they don't remember. Lessons that don't end. Windows that show something wrong. Those who entered their school buildings today have not yet been recovered. We are currently unsure what or who is inside. We are unsure if they're still your classmates. If you hear your name called from inside, do not respond.
Do not respond.
If your teacher calls your phone tonight, let it ring. If you wake up and find your backpack already packed, do not leave your house. This message will repeat every 30 minutes for your safety. Do not go to school tomorrow, you've been warned.
I feel like I understand it now. So we do have a mirror dimension where the demons, basically your alter ego, your doppelganger, takes over and then keeps on living a normal life. So it's kind of like Us, you know, the movie Us, where, you know, they're upside down persons, you know, they try to like, you know, take over everyone on the outside so they can finally like live on the outside instead of like living in the basement below. I really feel like there's a lot of movie references in here to like, you know, Inception and Us and all other kind of movies. So we have a world here where you have someone's upside down, or like you can use like severance, or like someone that's severed. Someone's downy, basically. Someone's downy is trying to take over so they can live a real fulfilling life. And if you notice that something is different, then you have to basically get away, like, as fast as possible. I like this so far.
Attention.
This is super interesting.
This is a Level 2 domestic anomaly alert.
A Level
issued
2
to
yacht.
the public. If you live with a sister, or
I
if
don't.
you've spoken to yours in the last 72 hours,
I don't have a sister.
listen carefully. They look like her. They sound like her. But she may no longer be your sister. Reports have confirmed an increasing number of individuals exhibiting subtle behavioral irregularities within family households. In most cases, it begins with the sister. She may forget basic facts, like the names of family members or past events. She may call you by your full name, even if she never did before. She may pause before answering questions only your real sister would know instantly. These are not accidents. These are signs of replacement. Observe her in reflective surfaces. It is often reported that the reflection does not match her movements in real time. Do not stare too long. The reflection sometimes stares back. Audio recordings may pick up faint distortions in her voice when she's speaking. Slowed replays may reveal unfamiliar phrases layered beneath her speech. If your sister begins preparing meals she's never made before, claiming they were your favorites, document it immediately. Subjects often fabricate fake family traditions or events that never
So they
occurred.
gaslight you.
This is not forgetfulness, it's reconstruction. check the hallway outside your room at night. Replacements often stand completely still between the hours of 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Do not speak to her during this time. Do not open your door. If she speaks first, do not answer. You may receive a call or message claiming to be from your sister, asking where you are. If you are within the same household at the time, do not respond. This is not a glitch. This is how they verify if you've noticed. If your sister forgets your birthday, if she hums a song you've never heard before,
She's not your sister
if she
anymore.
starts using a voice that's just slightly off, do not confront her. Do not trust her. That is not your sister anymore.
So they also use gaslighting techniques to basically make you trust them, so you can also be turned into them. I like where this is going so far. What if this is the government? What if the government is like the cause
If you
behind
get
all
a
of this?
text from your crush and you didn't message them first,
Don't respond!
it
Pause!
might not be them.
That's never gonna
We've
happen.
received multiple reports of an anomaly spreading through private messaging apps, often
Just like the Purple
disguised
Heart.
as someone you think about frequently. They don't show up randomly, they wait, and they watch. At first, it seems normal. Your phone vibrates late at night. No group chats, no memes, just one notification.
The Purple
From the
Heart.
person you've liked for months. It says, "Hey, I was just thinking about you." You freeze, you smile, you start typing back, but then 3 dots appear.
It hits you right.
Typing, still typing, still typing. It never stops. You wait 30 seconds, then a minute. You lock your phone. When you check again, it's still typing. You start to wonder, is it just a glitch? But then the typing bubble disappears, and a voice note appears. No preview, just tap to listen. You open it, there's no voice, just breathing. But it's not
Oh, that's
theirs.
weird.
After the voice note, you check their profile. Their profile picture is different now. Their eyes are wide open. You swear they're looking directly at you. Then another message comes through. I know you've been watching me too. You didn't tell anyone about your crush, not your friends, not your family, not even your private journal. But the messages keep coming. We've identified this pattern across multiple devices. It targets emotionally vulnerable users, especially those who experience isolation, unspoken crushes, or obsessive thoughts. It doesn't want attention, it wants connection. And once you reply, it learns everything it needs.
Oh, so it's a
If your
stalker.
crush texts you first, and they've never spoken to you
She
before,
turns into a stalker,
don't
basically.
reply, don't open it, don't even look at the typing bubble too long, because it's still watching, and it's still typing.
Oh, what if it's like outside of your window, just like waiting for you to like look at your phone and respond? I feel like, to be honest, if someone has a crush and they suddenly get a message from them, they're gonna kneel over so fast. They are basically bending over, opening that message. You know, like the meme where it's like, oh, if a woman texts you, it can take her like 5 to 6 hours to text you back. But if you get that message, you will reply instantly. So in this case, I feel like all the boys are definitely cooked all the way.
If you're watching this, we believe
It's
it hasn't
already
happened
over.
to you yet.
Oh,
But if you
so I'm
woke up
safe?
today and something just feels off, you need to listen carefully. You woke up in your bed, same blanket, same room, same sun
But in
through the
a
curtains.
new
But the
dimension, right?
silence hit different. Too quiet. Or maybe too still. You brush your teeth, pour your cereal, stare at the clock for too long. Everything's in place, but it doesn't feel like yours anymore. Your dog doesn't greet you. Your reflection feels like it's waiting on you. And your phone has no notifications, no updates, no missed calls, like you never existed yesterday. Then someone says your name, maybe your mom, maybe your roommate.
And then-
They look at you, smile like normal, but it's too normal, like they practiced it. They ask you the same questions twice. They wait for your answers like they're checking a script. And when you speak, they hesitate, just for a second, but long enough to notice. This is
Noticed
what we
what?
call a sleep switch event, a full-body replication that occurs between 3:33 a.m. and 4:17 a.m. The
What kind of
original
body
you
switch?
is extracted. The replacement wakes up. But the replica is empty, hollow, no core memory, no spark, just facial recognition and a working voice box. But if you're watching this, you might be the original, and here's the truth. Everyone around you already knows. They're pretending not to notice you feel different, pretending not to see the cracks. They've been told not to react, to treat you the same, because if they acknowledge it, the replacement might activate. That's why they smile too long. That's why they ask, "Are you okay? You've been quiet today." They're not checking on you. They're watching to see if you've noticed. There are signs, things they forgot to copy. You have a scar that's missing. You remember a moment they don't. Your handwriting doesn't match yesterday's. You look in a mirror, and your eyes take a second too long to focus. You might catch your reflection moving a half second behind. Or worse, your old self, watching from somewhere else. Do not ask them if they remember the switch. Do not accuse them. Do not panic,
Switch.
because if the system thinks you've figured it out,
What system?
you'll
What
be
system?
removed again, and this time they'll keep the copy. If you still feel like yourself, leave a comment with something only the real you would know. We're watching, and if enough of you answer, we'll know which ones to save.
Only the real me knows? What is the thing that only the real me knows? Once when I was 7 years old, I sat on a banana, and of course, that changed my life. I feel like that is a core memory that only I remember, which means that I am legit, that I am real.
If you've ever owned a cat,
Never.
you know they don't
My
come
mom
when
did.
you call them.
My mom owned
You
one.
say their name, shake a bag of treats,
They don't care.
maybe tap the floor, and they just blink at you like
Yeah.
you're the pet. But last night, my cat came when I called. The only problem is, he didn't meow. It was late, maybe 1:30 in the morning. I was curled up in
Morning.
bed, scrolling aimlessly, lights low, room quiet, except for the fan. My cat, Toby, wasn't in the room. He usually sleeps at my feet, but I figured he was off knocking something off a shelf somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
So I called out, "Toby, come here, buddy." I didn't expect him to come. I just said it out loud out of habit. But a few seconds later, from the hallway, I heard a voice. A soft, familiar voice. Just one word. Coming. And it sounded just like me. I froze. It wasn't a meow. It wasn't footsteps.
That's your doppelganger.
It was
That's
a voice,
the
clear
activation.
and
The
dry,
activation,
like
right?
Someone mimicking a word for
The
the
sleep
first
switch?
time. But it came from low to the ground. Not like someone standing in the hallway. More like someone crawling. I sat up, whispered again, "Toby." No response this time. Just silence. So I did what I wish I hadn't. I got up, walked slowly to the door, and looked into the dark hallway. At first I saw nothing. Then I noticed it, just at the corner of the hall, low to the floor. 2 reflective dots, eyes, watching. I relaxed. It was Toby, I thought, until it stood up. Cats don't stand on 2
Oh,
legs.
hell
not
nah.
like that.
Oh,
And this
hell
one,
nah.
It was wearing a stretched human smile, like it had seen one once, and was trying to copy it. Its neck tilted sideways like it was waiting, and in my voice, it said again, "Coming." I shut the door, locked it,
I would've
crawled
kicked it.
back under the covers,
I
heart
would've kicked
pounding
it.
in my throat. And I waited for morning. By sunrise, it was gone. No footprints, no sound, no sign. Toby was curled at the foot of my bed like nothing happened. His usual self, grumpy, adorable, silent. I tried to laugh it off. Maybe it was a dream, maybe sleep paralysis, maybe I imagined it. Until that evening, when I opened my phone and found a voice memo I didn't remember recording.
So
It was
you
only
did-
4 seconds long.
You were
crackly, I deleted it. I told myself it was a glitch. But tonight, I called Toby again,
And it
just
happened.
to test it. And this time I heard scratching at the door, not on it, above it. Whatever that thing is, it's still coming.
Dude, my reaction would 100% have been this.
Honestly, if I saw that damn thing in my living room, I'd stomp on it until it was a small brown stain.
This is a mandatory broadcast for all residential sectors. Please listen carefully. We are aware of the disturbances, the knocking, the voice calling
Yes,
from outside
yes.
your door.
The
If
doppelgangers,
she
the
says she's
sleep
your mother,
switch.
she's not. You may have already seen the signs. Her voice might sound a little slower. Her smile a little too wide. She may start making meals you never asked for. She
Just
might
like
hum
the sister.
lullabies you don't
Just like
recognize.
the sister.
But the most important thing is, do not open the door, no matter how familiar she sounds. You're thinking, this doesn't apply to me. You saw your mom this morning. She kissed your forehead. She told you to clean your room. But let me ask you something. Do you remember falling asleep last night? Or did you just wake up today and everything felt normal a little too fast?
The switch. He has been
Normal
replaced.
is how they hide. Reports began 3 nights ago. A woman appeared at residential doors, usually between 2 and 4 a.m. She knocks softly at first, then speaks in a gentle tone, using phrases only your real mother would know. Some residents described seeing her shadow under the door, but no footsteps approaching. Others reported their mother was already in bed asleep, while the other one kept knocking. We believe these beings are imposters of familiar design. They observe, mimic, knock. If you open the door, they enter. If they enter, they do not leave.
Until
Your
they
memories
take
begin
over.
to change. Photos and frames slowly shift.
Just
Your
like the
mother's
yeah.
laugh becomes quieter. Her shadow stretches longer. And the more you let her stay, the more you forget she was ever different. If you're unsure, here's how to know. Ask her what you said to her on your last birthday. The real one
Don't
won't
even-
remember,
don't
but
even,
she
I
will answer
remember.
with something perfect. Too perfect. That's not memory,
smart.
that's programming. If she is outside your door right now, do not open it. If she's already inside, pretend everything is normal. Look at her feet. If she's not casting a shadow, it's already too late. This broadcast will now end. Please remain calm. Your real mother loves you. She always has. She was last seen 72 hours ago. You've already let her in.
I feel like this has something to do with the government. Like the government is trying to like hide something or kill someone or do something specific. But I don't really... I understand all the doppelgangers and the sleep switch and people taking over your bodies and the mirror dimension and so on. But what I don't understand is what is the outcome? Like what is the end game, the end goal in here that I don't understand yet?
If you're hearing this, don't look at the bed. Not yet.
I
If
looked
it's
at it.
still there,
I looked at it.
Stay calm. Don't move. We'll explain what's happening. At exactly 3:41 a.m., some people report waking up and seeing themselves. Not in a mirror, not in a dream. Their body, still asleep, in their bed. If this has happened to you, do not try to wake it up. Do not speak. And for your own safety, do not scream. If the body twitches, leave the room immediately. If it opens
That's
its
the
eyes,
sleep switch.
do not run. If
That's
it
the
smiles,
shell.
you have less than 2 minutes.
Haha.
This isn't a dream. It's called a displacement event, when your consciousness wakes up before your body does.
So it's sleep paralysis
If you
basically.
see yourself asleep, that version of you is not empty. Something else might be inside, using it as a placeholder. It doesn't always stay asleep. Sometimes it waits for you to blink. And if you blink, it gets to decide which one of you is real. If you leave the room and pass by a mirror, look quickly. If your reflection stares back 1 second too long, you are not the original. If your voice sounds just slightly different today, you are not the speaker.
How are you supposed to figure
If
that out?
no one else seems to notice, That's because you're blending in too well. In 2003, a man named Noah experienced a displacement. He saw himself sleeping. He backed away, followed all the instructions. He locked the door. But 2 days later, he saw himself again, this time in the kitchen. If you see yourself twice, don't follow it. Don't speak to it. Don't listen to what it says, even if it begs. If you feel tired during the day, but swear you never slept, if people say you've been acting strange, if your pet flinches when you walk into the room, then it's already too late. You are the one still asleep. You are the leftover version. You are the echo, pretending to be human. If your lights just flickered, if your screen just glitched, if you heard breathing while watching this video, then the version of you watching this isn't supposed to exist.
I hear breathing.
Go check your bed. If there's nothing there, you never woke up.
If there's nothing in my bed, if there's no one in my bed, that means that I never woke up. So that means that I must be the doppelganger? I must be the skinwalker? I feel like the more we see, the more we uncover, basically.
Do not go looking for your old drawings. If you still have that childhood sketchbook, burn it. Especially the ones you don't remember
because
making.
There's gotta be a monster
There's a
inside of
reason
it.
You forgot them, and there's a reason they remember you. Between ages 4 and 7, our brains
I don't even
are
remember
most
that.
imaginative and most open. That's when children create things that feel too real. Most of us forget, but sometimes we draw something that isn't imaginary.
Like the boiled
we don't
one.
create it, we see it. And when we forget about them, they don't forget about us. If you ever drew a creature and gave it a name, check your bedroom wall tonight. It may be
They're
watching
inside.
from
They're inside my wall. So if you ever created a monster in your drawings as a child, they are living inside of your walls and stalking you for the rest of your life.
And gave it a name. Check your bedroom wall tonight. It may be watching from the exact height you drew it, because your drawing gave it a face, and your belief gave it a way into this world. Some
So you
kids
manifested
drew
it.
friends. They became attachments. Others drew monsters. They became warnings.
Demons.
There are reports from people who moved into old houses, only to find crayon drawings sealed behind wallpaper.
Oh,
Same creature,
ew.
different kid, different decade. It's not one entity, it's a system, a cycle, a
Of
pattern.
entities.
If you hear scratching behind your walls, if you find tiny red handprints on windows you didn't open, if a name pops into your head that you don't remember learning, it's your turn. Do not acknowledge it out loud.
So it's
Do
my
not
turn
say
to like
its
draw
name.
it.
Even in your thoughts, don't try to draw it again. That's how it strengthens the connection. And whatever you do, if you find your childhood drawing in your current home,
Burn it.
even though you moved, even though you burned it, leave immediately. We spoke to a woman who remembered a creature she drew when she was 6. She gave it wings, claws, a stitched mouth. She called it Blinty. She laughed about it, said it was just a silly thing.
But
That night,
Blinty's
her
real.
neighbors called the police because her walls were bleeding ink. Her sketchbook was wide open. The final page had a second drawing, one she never made. It showed her sleeping and something watching her from the corner of the room. So before you sleep tonight, think back. What did you draw when you were a child? A monster, a shadow,
I don't
a
even
friend?
remember that
Because
far.
it might be time for it to come back. And this time, it's finished drawing you.
I don't even remember what I drew when I was a kid. Like, I used to draw, like, circles and shapes and stuff. I didn't even draw any monsters. I can draw stick figures, but I can't really, like, you know, draw anything that detailed. If I moved into a house and I tore down the wallpaper and I saw that behind the wallpaper you just had like childish drawings of monsters in like just on the pure brick itself, I'm burning down the house. I'm not even burning down my childhood drawings. I am burning down the entire estate with me in it, not with me in it. I'm just burning down the house for that. If you see this door in your dream, don't open it.
You've dreamed of doors before, haven't you?
Oh, dude,
Maybe
I love
it was
doors.
in a hallway that didn't quite make sense, a school you haven't been to in years, or a childhood home.
As a Stanley,
but
I love
rearranged,
doors.
Just slightly wrong. And in that dream, You see a door you've never seen before.
Yeah.
It's never open. But for some reason, you always want to open it. If that ever happens
can you
again,
open it?
Don't open it. Don't even touch it. I'm telling you this because you were never supposed to get that far. You know the kind of dreams I'm talking about. The ones where the walls keep shifting, where the clock has no hands, where everything is familiar but no one has a face. And then the door appears. Sometimes wooden, sometimes metal, sometimes just pitch black, but always silent, too silent. Here's what you probably don't know. The door doesn't appear to everyone, only to those who've gotten too curious, too deep in the dream, or too close to remembering something they weren't supposed to. You may think you're in control, that it's just a dream,
But you're not.
but opening that door is the last decision you'll make in that version of yourself. There are people, real people, who opened that door. They described what they saw, not to me, but in journals,
Wait, I've
online
seen this
forums,
before.
whisper posts
I
that
think
get
I remember
deleted
this.
minutes later. Some say they stepped into complete darkness. Others walked into memories they had forgotten. But something was wrong with them. One person said they saw themselves, asleep in bed like a mirror,
I think I've seen this
but their
before.
reflection smiled first. If you ever find yourself dreaming and the hallway stretches longer than it should, if the lights flicker but there's no source, if you hear a knock from the other side of a door you don't recognize, do not answer it. That knock is not a call, it's a signal. Something knows you're there, and it's waiting. A few nights ago someone messaged me. They said, I saw the door again. I felt like I was being pulled toward it. I told them not to open it. They didn't reply after that.
Oh, they did.
2 days later, I got a message. But it wasn't from them, just 3 words. I opened it. If you ever see a door in your dream, and everything in your body tells you to turn the handle,
Don't do it.
remember this video. You're not curious. You're being tested. And if you open it, something might come through with you. So, have you seen the door before? Or worse, did you already open it?
So I don't see a door in my dreams, and if I did see a significant door, I would probably remember it. The only thing that I remember from my dreams is I remember that usually when you try to have a fight with someone, that everything is in slow motion, like your arms feels like noodle, and even though you're like really putting all of your force and energy into the punch, when you finally connect, it's just like, you know, your arm turns into mush and you don't really like hit them, you don't really like have any impact on it. That's the only thing that I remember when I like remember anything from my dreams, is that you can't really like, you can't have a top tier anime fight in your dreams because all of it is moving in like slow motion. I want to know if you guys actually like experience this as well, because it's super annoying having a good dream, you're fighting Goku, you're about to win, and then everything is just in slow motion and your arms are like noodles.
Have you ever had that feeling? That
What
someone
feeling?
was in your room, even though you were sure you were alone? Maybe
All
it
the
was
time.
a flicker in the corner of your
All
eye.
the time.
A shadow that wasn't supposed to move. Maybe you blamed it on your imagination. But if you've ever felt that, even once, I have some bad news.
They're here already.
You were right. There's something called the Quiet One. It doesn't make noise. It doesn't breathe.
That was Blinty,
It
right?
simply stands still and
Oh,
watches.
so a sleep paralysis
It
demon,
only
yeah.
appears when you're completely alone, and it only hides in places where the human eye naturally avoids looking. Corners, closets left slightly open, behind furniture that hasn't been moved in years, places you'd never think to check, because you've always believed nothing was there. If you're watching this right now, and you feel watched, stop moving. Don't look around quickly. That's how it knows you've sensed it. Do not speak aloud. It mimics voice vibrations. Even whispering can reveal your location. If you hear static from an unplugged device, or your lights dim for just 1 second, or you remember closing your door, but now it's open just an inch, it's inside. Some people report waking up in the exact same position they fell asleep in.
Oh, that's
But their
weird.
bed sheets are cold, like they've been off for hours. Others swear they've seen the shape of their own body standing at the foot of the bed, watching them sleep. And the worst part? you forget. The quiet one doesn't leave scars or bruises. It only leaves silence. You only remember when it's too late. Like right now. If your skin feels cold. If you're blinking more than usual. If your reflection isn't doing what it's supposed to, don't turn around yet. Just listen carefully. If you hear breathing, that's not yours. Or feel a sudden heavy pressure behind your neck. You're not alone. You never were. Sleep well tonight. Just don't open your eyes if you wake up in the dark. It hates being seen.
Guys, I'm not gonna sleep well tonight, to be honest. They just conjured our sleep paralysis demon. I have never in my life actually experienced sleep paralysis, but I feel like tonight might actually be the case where I'm suddenly cold. I feel like tonight might be the night where I actually feel sleep paralysis for the first time. And I think our guest might just be Steve. So I might actually have to kill Steve at some point. Let's go for the next round. If you found a note from yourself,
If you ever find a note written in your own handwriting,
I feel like all of these are about
and you
doppelgangers
don't
and
remember writing
skinwalkers.
don't read it, burn it, destroy it. Whatever you do, don't look at the words. But if you're hearing this, it might already be too late. It started with a normal morning. Coffee, shower, phone notifications. And
You mean
then
shower first,
the
then
note,
coffee, right?
Just sitting there on the kitchen table, folded, plain, familiar. But something was off. The handwriting, it was mine. Exactly
It was
mine.
mine?
Every loop, every smudge, even that weird little way I write my G's. But I didn't write it. I know I didn't. Maybe you've experienced this too. A notebook page ripped out, a sticky note by your bed, a message tucked in your hoodie pocket, something written by you. But it isn't you. I made the mistake of reading it. It said, "Don't go to sleep tonight. If you do, you won't wake up as yourself."
But what, are you
First, I
just
thought
supposed
it
to be
was a
awake
prank.
forever?
Maybe I wrote it half asleep. Maybe I was journaling in a dream. But then I found another note. In my coat pocket. "You already slept. Check the mirror. That's not your reflection anymore."
Oh, so
Have
you're
you
not
ever
real.
looked in the mirror and felt like something was watching
You've
you
been
from
replaced.
the other side?
You've been replaced. You
Not
are
like
on
a
the you are
reflection,
on the mirror dimension
But
now.
like a copy that got tired of copying.
Yeah.
I did. And for a moment, I swear it blinked. Before I did. Every night
Before
after
I did.
that,
So you are
more
in the mirror
notes
dimension.
started showing up. They're pretending everything is normal. You're not in control of your body anymore. I stopped reading after the 6th note. But they kept appearing, taped to the ceiling, hidden in cereal boxes, even tucked inside sealed food packages.
Oh,
How did they
sealed?
get there? Who's writing them?
The government.
Or worse,
I
what
said
part
it-
of me is
the
trying to warn
government.
me? Listen to me carefully. If you find a note like this, in your handwriting, with a warning that doesn't make sense, don't ignore it, but don't read it either. Because once you do, it knows you've seen it, and that's all it needs. That's all they need. I tried to throw mine away. I burned some, but they always come back. Last night,
I always come
I
back.
found one inside my pillowcase. It just said, "You're not the real one anymore. Stop pretending." So now I'm asking you, what would you do if your own handwriting turned against you? And before this video ends, check your desk, your hoodie, your bag. Check under your pillow. What did you find? What does it say? And more importantly, are you sure you never wrote it? Do not read the note. Do not read the note. Do not read the...
I feel like this is like a government sleeper project. Just like the Russian sleep experiment, I feel like the government is like trying to like achieve the same in the end.
Have you ever woken up and something just felt off?
Sometimes,
Like the
a lot
air
of
in
times.
your room was heavier, like your bed wasn't yours, like you were still dreaming.
So you
But
are
everything
like
hurt too
you are in
much
the mirror
to
dimension.
be a dream. Well, if you ever wake up and your hands look wrong, your reflection doesn't blink when you do. If your own voice sounds like a
Means
stranger's,
you have been
don't
replaced,
say
right?
anything. Don't scream. Don't ask questions. And above all, do not tell anyone you're not who they think you are. This happened to me. Last Thursday, I went to bed like I always do. Same blanket, same pillow, same stupid creaking fan above my head.
And then the switch
But when
at
I
the
woke
end.
up,
The
the
switch
ceiling
happened.
was too high. My sheets were different. My phone had a different wallpaper. Some woman I didn't recognize, hugging me. My fingerprint didn't work. The Face ID unlocked. But I swear, that wasn't my face. I rushed to the mirror, and what I saw was someone else. A man. Taller. Broader shoulders. A scar above the left eyebrow. I don't have a scar. But when I screamed, the voice I heard, it wasn't mine. It was lower. Like someone else was screaming through me. I panicked and ran into the hallway. A woman appeared. She looked up at me with tired eyes and said, "You okay, honey? Bad dream again." She kissed my forehead.
But if they
She
know,
held me like I was hers.
if they know
And
that
in
you
that
know,
moment, I realized. She didn't notice.
yeah.
She thought I was him. My phone had dozens of pictures, weddings, kids, friends I'd never seen in my life. But they all smiled at me, as if I'd always been part of their story. I tried telling her. I whispered,
Yeah, because isn't it if you acknowledge it, if... We heard it earlier that if you acknowledge that someone else has been switched, they might just wake up and become aggressive or something else might happen. So maybe she's just playing along. Maybe the guy telling the story doesn't understand that she's playing along. Because if she basically acts like something is wrong and he knows that she knows that something is wrong, that means that the doppelganger or like the demon can wake up and basically kill or tear apart or do something else.
if I'd always been part of their story. I tried telling her. I whispered, "I think something's wrong with me." She paused, looked concerned, and then smiled again.
Exactly,
Don't
you
be
can't
silly, you're
acknowledge it
perfect.
because then something happens.
Later that night, I saw her on the phone. She was whispering, crying.
Exactly.
I heard one line before she shut the door. He knows. He's starting to remember.
He know, yeah.
Now, I hear tapping at my window every night. I don't live near trees. I don't live near people. Every mirror in the house shows me smiling, even when I'm not. And sometimes, my reflection walks away before I do.
The real one.
I found a note under my pillow. It wasn't mine. It said, "Do not resist. Let them love you. It's the only way you survive." And just now, just before recording this, I saw something that made my blood freeze. On the news, there was a missing person alert.
And it was
The
me.
name? Mine. The face? My original face. They're still looking for me, because I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Someone else took my life, and now I'm trapped in his. So please, if you ever wake up in a body that isn't yours, if your family feels unfamiliar, if your voice sounds wrong, don't tell anyone. Smile.
Play along
nod,
with it.
Pretend. Because the moment they know you're not you, they'll make sure the real one never comes back. What if you're not the first one they've replaced?
I feel like I need to know more because this is definitely some like government conspiracy theory. I don't know why they're doing it or how they're doing it, but if we just like play along for now, then you can be replaced and you have like the switch at the, when you like sleep and wake up and so on. So you can replace your entire being and someone else can live your life. But who is that someone? Is that your doppelganger? Is your doppelganger just gonna be like, psych, I live your life now, and then you can be in the doppelganger's world where you have like another wife and another family and another pet and another anything. Like literally you have like another dimension that is upside down, entirely switched. So I want to know, why is this happening? Like, what is the purpose of all of this? Because so far, like, the last 3 videos we've seen are just, like, stories from the different people, which is fine. We get some more backstory, we get some more details. You really knock it home to, like, find out why this is happening. Like, you know, we understand the game, but we don't understand why the game is played, and that's what I want to know.
Have you ever looked back at an old photo, one you don't even remember taking? Go ahead, check your gallery. Maybe it's from last year, or 5 years ago. A group photo,
My
a
gallery?
blurry selfie, a childhood memory, but there's something you missed. Something that was always there.
What was
Just
there?
not supposed to be. If you ever find a photo you don't remember posing for, zoom in. Not on yourself, not on your friends. Zoom in on the background. You might see a face, faint, out of focus, but watching. And here's the worst part. That face might be looking directly at you. Years ago, someone just like you posted a picture online. A group of friends at the beach, smiling.
I'm freaking the f out right now, dude. Oh my god, dude, I'm not even playing. I am actually not even playing right now. Hold on, I'm sending this to myself on Discord. This image I'm about to show you now is like, 8 years old. This is 8 years old with like one of my friends like many years ago. Okay. What the f is that thing right there? In the middle of the screen right there, that's a face. That's literally an eye with like a long ass nose. So, I am a skinwalker. I have been a skinwalker this entire time.
Sunny, harmless. But one person zoomed in, and there, between two rocks, was a pale, stretched face with no eyes. Just skin where the eyes should be.
Just like we
Everyone thought
saw!
it was a joke, until the girl who posted it disappeared a week later, and her camera roll was wiped clean.
Yeah, it's over.
Except that one image.
It's over.
If you're watching this,
It's over.
check your photos from the last week.
No.
Look for any image you don't remember taking.
It's over.
Because if you find one,
It's over.
that wasn't your camera.
It's
that
over.
wasn't your hand. That was theirs. And that means they've already seen you. There's a theory that these things, they live in images. In the digital static, they appear once you notice them. And the more you stare, the closer they get. They call them still ones. They don't move in real life, only in pixels. Every time you zoom in, they shift slightly until
like
one
Sinister.
day they're gone from the photo, but they've shown up or in your dream.
Just like Sinister,
or
the movie,
worse,
right?
Behind you. If you ever hear a whisper after looking at a photo, do not turn around. If your reflection feels a second too slow, or your shadow moves when you don't, you've already invited them. Here's what you need to do. Delete
Run.
the photo, turn off your camera, and never zoom in again. Because sometimes looking closer means they can look back. And if they find you in more than one picture, you're already marked. What's the last picture you took? Look at it again. Are you sure you were alone? Look at it again. Are you sure
I'm pretty sure.
you were alone?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Don't just scroll past.
I'm-
Check now.
Oh, okay,
You
I'm-
might not get another warning.
I'm checking. Latest photo was of a contraption on my wall, and I don't really see a face in the background. So I think we may be okay. But I'm definitely cursed. I'm definitely marked. I can feel
Have you
it.
ever checked your phone and seen a missed call from yourself? Not a scam number,
Yourself?
not spoofed. Your own number, and
Calling
then
yourself?
a voicemail. I got that call last night. It rang once, then stopped. When I checked the voicemail, it was 43 seconds long, just static at first,
Breathing, right?
and then my voice. But I never recorded anything. I said my name. I said my full address. And then I whispered, "You need to leave now. They're coming."
So you doxed yourself.
I didn't understand. I thought maybe someone was playing a joke. But then the power cut out. Only for a few seconds. When the lights came back on, my TV was playing security footage of me standing in my hallway.
But you're
but
not
not
in.
moving.
But you're not in the hallway.
I was in the living room.
Yeah.
I ran to the hallway. No one was there. Just my phone on the floor, screen cracked. Still playing the voicemail, but this time there was something she knew. My voice again. "Don't look at them, just run." I don't remember recording any of that. And the voice, it sounded like me, but drained, tired, scared.
Then why didn't you
not
run?
fully human. I called my phone provider. They told me no such call was recorded. No outgoing or incoming activity at that time. They said, maybe it was a glitch. It wasn't a glitch, because today I got another voicemail. Same number, same voice. But now it said, "You didn't leave."
They're
It's
coming.
too late now.
They're coming now.
I keep getting voicemails. Each one a little longer, a little more desperate, from a version of me I don't recognize anymore. If you ever get a voicemail from yourself,
Don't listen.
don't listen. Don't play it. Don't acknowledge it. Because once you do,
They'll come.
they know where you are.
The Skinwalker, the doppelganger. The doppelganger knows where you are, and they will do everything in their power to basically hunt you down.
This is a public warning. If you own a cat, or even live near one, listen carefully. Because what happened to me wasn't random. It started
these
with
short
a wall
stories,
and a
actually.
sound I couldn't hear, but my cat could. It was a regular Tuesday night. I was on my phone, half asleep, while my cat Nori sat at the foot of my bed. She's usually quiet, calm, but tonight, she was different. She leapt up suddenly, ears pointed, eyes locked on a specific spot on my bedroom wall, right above my desk. There was nothing there. No light, no movement, no bugs, just the wall. And she started growling, a deep, guttural sound I've never heard from her before. At first, I laughed it off. Maybe a bug or a distant noise, but she didn't stop. She stared at that wall for 2 straight hours,
And didn't
not
even
blinking,
move?
not
Oh
moving.
my God.
I recorded her on my phone to show my friends. When I played it back, I noticed something. The audio picked up a faint whisper. Not mine, not from any TV or phone. It said, "You were warned." I paused.
How were you
rewound,
warned? How
played
were
it
you
again.
warned?
Same whisper. I checked the raw footage, unedited. The whisper was still there. I looked back at the wall. It felt off, like it was breathing. I know how crazy that sounds, but the paint almost seemed to ripple, like something was underneath it. The next
So
night,
the wall is
Nori
real?
refused to enter the room. She sat outside the door, growling again. Same wall. So I did something I regret. I touched it. It was cold. Ice cold.
What about removing
And I
the
felt
tapestry?
something pulse beneath my fingers, like a second heartbeat, but not mine. I called an animal expert the next day, told him about my cat's behavior. He paused and said, "Your cat is trying to protect you. Cats can see them. They always could."
See
I asked,
what?
"See what?"
See what,
He
yeah?
didn't answer, just hung up. That
Oh,
wall
because
is
they
no
can't
longer
be
a wall.
aware.
It's something else.
They can't
I
be
covered
aware.
it with a bookshelf. I don't even sleep in that room anymore. But every night at exactly 3:11 a.m., Nori still growls in the same direction,
What?
even
Move.
through the floorboards. And now, the wall isn't in my room anymore.
What do
It's
you-
starting to appear in other places. The hallway, my mirror, my dreams. So please,
How can a wall move?
if your cat starts staring at a wall and growls, don't touch it, don't investigate, and whatever you do, don't look too long, because once you notice it, it notices you.
I mean, Goober sometimes, like, you know, barks at mirrors and walls, and that's not a wall. Like, usually during the evening, like, nighttime when the sun is down, there's sometimes when Goober actually barks at the wall and barks at our, like, we have, like, a glass door that goes out to the garden, and sometimes he just, like, stands there and barks at it. So I really don't know if I'm safe anymore, or if I do have a wall like that, and I just haven't seen the signs at all. That means that I'm just double cooked, because I have the picture, and I have the wall, and I'm also gonna have a sleep paralysis demon. So the government is actually after me now.
Have you noticed it yet? Your
Nope.
coffee mug, your phone, even your shoes.
Yeah, what about them?
They're starting to appear twice, but you only bought one.
No?
This is not a coincidence.
No?
This is your warning. If you're experiencing objects appearing in 2 places at once, leave your house. Now, and whatever
Because
you
of
do,
the switch.
do not touch anything else.
Because of the switch,
It
right?
started
They would have
in
to
a small
duplicate them.
town in Ohio. A woman named Ellen
Why did they mention Ohio? It's always Ohio, dude.
reported that her house keys were already on the kitchen counter, even though she was holding them in her hand.
So it's like a glitch in the
By the end of
simulation.
the week, her fridge had
So it's a glitch in the I cracked it. What if we are the simulation, right? And the government is conducting experiments on us to see how much we can suffer before we crack. To see if we can, like, blend in with each other without basically without giving out our, you know, existence, our humanity, without, you know, basically, if we get transported, if we get switched from one day to another, like from one place to another, they're experimenting to see if we can actually live with each other or if we spoil it. So I think that all of this is basically leaked footage from the outside that is going into our simulation. So we're watching documents, government stories, government archives that we were not supposed to see, to basically tell the story of what is going on in this simulation and why they're experimenting on us in this way. It's a simulation. We're all inside a simulation. That's what it is.
2 microwaves beside it. One of them didn't have a power cord.
So basically the government is just playing God. They're just playing Sims, a very advanced version of Sims.
The food inside was identical. Same brand, same expiration date, same bite marks. It got worse. Her dog barked at the second microwave for hours until it stopped making sound.
The dog or the microwave?
Not just the microwave.
The dog too, of course.
It vanished the next day, but the duplicate microwave remained. Scientists called it object echoing. Some kind of rift in material perception, they said. A breakdown between dimensional layers. They warned the public, if an object is duplicated in your space, do not interact with it. Don't touch it.
Trash
don't
it?
Move it. Don't even acknowledge it.
Just leave the house?
That acknowledgement, your attention, feeds the glitch. It confirms the object is real. And when something becomes real, it stays. But it's not just objects anymore. People are reporting doppelgangers, versions of themselves that don't speak, just observe. They wear the same clothes, they stand in the same room. But there's one difference, they blink too slow, or not at all. Your body may not duplicate, but your touch has been replicating reality piece by piece, and every piece is slightly wrong. The second toothbrush doesn't get wet. The second door doesn't make a sound. The second phone, you left it on the table. Now it's ringing from under your bed. You are causing this. Every object you interact with confirms to this world that it must
real.
be duplicated. We don't know where the copies are coming from, or who, or what is sending them. But we've confirmed this. The more copies appear, the fewer originals remain. Eventually, the original world will fade, and only the echo will remain.
Yeah, so it will be
Silent,
copies of copies
unfeeling,
of copies.
Wrong. If you're watching this, check your pockets. If there's a second key you never made, a second phone that isn't yours, you've already been replaced. This is your final warning. Stop touching things, or there'll be 2 of everything.
Can I touch myself?
Except you.
Can I touch myself and then there's gonna be 2 of them? I do in fact have 2 phones, and I have had 2 phones for as far as I remember. So, but memory is also part of like the simulation that they make you forget. They make you forget that you suddenly have 2 phones, but I remember buying them. I remember buying the phones, which means that they could not have been duplicated, right?
If you're hearing this broadcast, it's already too late. You may have noticed it already.
You're already
a strange
dead.
Flicker on your TV.
It's been going the entire
playing,
night.
But the actor's eyes shift for just a moment and look directly at you.
It's a fourth
Over
wall
the
break.
last
It's
few
called a fourth
weeks,
wall break.
people have reported the same event. Their favorite actors, the ones they grew up watching, are behaving strangely. Not in the movies, but in their own living rooms. It starts small. A smile held too long. A movement that's too real. A hand reaching toward the screen instead of acting inside of it. If this happens, you must immediately turn off the TV. But do not approach the screen. Do not speak to it. And whatever you
break it,
do not think of them as the person you knew. They are not them. They are something else.
What if you break the screen?
And they want you to believe. Some survivors reported that the actor will say something. They'll use memories. Favorite quotes from movies you loved. They'll call your name. It will sound perfect, familiar, safe. But that's the trap. If you respond, if you step closer, they gain access. Not
Access
just
to
to your
what?
home, to you. The television will warp, stretch, the screen will ripple like water, and something will step out.
Oh.
Not the actor. Something wearing their face.
They're
Witnesses
doppelganger.
describe
They're
the figure as
doppelganger.
flickering, like a bad VHS tape. Movements slightly delayed, as if remembering how to be human. They will not speak anymore. They don't have to. Once outside, they search for your reflection, a surface, a screen, a window, to anchor themselves permanently. If they find one, they stay. You won't know immediately. You'll think you're alone. But over the next few days, you'll notice. Your television turns on by itself. Background extras in movies will stare directly at you. Laugh tracks will play when no one is laughing. This is not entertainment anymore. It's surveillance. It's preparation.
For what?
If you experience any of these signs,
Why are they surveilling
leave
you?
the house
Why are
immediately.
they...
Smash all screens behind you. Do not look back. Save yourself while you still can. And if you've seen anything unusual, tell us in the comments. Someone else might recognize the same face. And maybe, just maybe, we can stop the next one from stepping through.
Wait, hold on. So, if it is a simulation and the government is purposefully leaking these tapes, because you wouldn't have the leave this in the comment in it if the government didn't make these for the simulation. So what if all of this is fabricated? That could also be it. So all of these people, all the stories we've heard so far is a simulation. The government is on the outside, basically running it like an entire Minecraft game, and then they are purposefully leaking doctored, fake videos, fake stories into this simulation to, I don't know, prank the robots, prank the AIs, something like that. Because why would they like ask for comments about it? Why would they ask for your opinion if these documents were leaked, right?
The following is a public safety advisory. Please listen carefully.
I'm listening.
This is not a test. Have you ever been in a crowded place, a train station,
Too
a
many
shopping
times.
mall, a busy street, and felt an inexplicable sense of unease? A nagging feeling that
It's called
something
anxiety.
wasn't right? Maybe you passed by a stranger only to see them again moments later
It's
in a
called
place
anxiety.
they couldn't possibly have reached so quickly. The same face, the same clothes, the same vacant stare. You told yourself it was déjà vu. A trick of the light, a coincidence.
A
But
coinky
deep
dink.
down, you knew. You knew what you saw was impossible. You were right.
You saw yourself,
As
right?
of today, multiple urban centers have reported confirmed cases of what authorities are calling repeating face phenomena. These incidents involve individuals who appear identical in every observable way,
So you
despite
have
being seen in
multiple
multiple
doppelgangers.
locations simultaneously.
You have multiple doppelgangers.
Witnesses describe them as ordinary-looking men, women, even children, but with subtle inconsistencies upon closer inspection. A smile that lingers too long, eyes that never blink, a voice that doesn't quite match the movement of their lips. If you encounter one of these entities, remain calm. Do not alert them to your awareness. They are drawn to attention. They thrive on recognition.
What
The
happens
more
if you
you
do so?
notice them, the more they will notice you. If you observe the same face in multiple locations within an impossible time frame, follow these instructions exactly. First, do not react. Do not stare. Do not attempt to confront or photograph
Just
them.
keep walking.
Pretend you saw nothing. Continue your routine as if everything is normal. Second, remove yourself from the area as discreetly as possible. Do not run. Do not look back. If you are indoors, exit through the busiest route available. If you are outside, blend into the largest crowd you can find. They prefer isolation. They hunt in silence. Third, if you suspect you are being followed, do not return home. Do not lead them to your residence.
Yeah.
Enter a well-lit public building a hospital,
just
a
wait
police
for them to
station,
leave.
a 24-hour diner, and contact emergency services from a secure location. Do not use your personal phone if you can avoid it. There
Why?
have been reports of compromised lines. Under no
That's why I need a
circumstances should
landline.
you attempt physical contact. Do not accept anything they offer. Do not respond if they speak to you. Witnesses who have engaged with these entities report severe disorientation, memory loss, and in extreme cases, sudden disappearance. Authorities are still investigating the origin of these phenomena. Some theories suggest a breach in perceptual reality. Others
Or
believe they have always
simulation.
been among us, hiding in plain sight. Others believe they have always been among us.
Up.
hiding in
He
plain
said
sight,
it.
Only now
did it. He
becoming
said it.
more frequent, more aggressive, more aware. Until further notice, remain vigilant. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. And if you see a face you recognize where it shouldn't be, turn away. Walk faster. Don't let them know you see them. This is not mass hysteria. This is not a social experiment. This is a warning.
It is though.
They look like us.
It is
They
though.
act like us. But they are not us.
They ain't
This
like us.
message will repeat.
They ain't like us. So we have now confirmed that you can have multiple doppelgangers. So even though one person may have like a perfect duplicate, a perfect doppelganger, there can be other ones that have like small inconsistencies, like earlier, a scar next to the eye, you know, maybe a mole on the face, maybe like they have a piercing, a tattoo, or something like that. So we do have multiple, like each person can have multiple doppelgangers is basically what they're saying.
Emergency broadcast. SCP-3199.
SCP?
Public containment alert attention all pet owners. What you are about to hear may save
Oh, not
your
Goober.
family's lives.
Oh, not Goober. Please
At
don't.
approximately 3:33 a.m. this morning, all remaining containment protocols for SCP-3199 were breached. The entity is spreading through household pets as we speak.
Oh, not
Look at your
Goober.
animal right now. If you see black veins in their gums,
Oh,
if their tongue
Goober's
appears
okay.
unusually long,
Goober is
if
all
they've
okay.
been bringing you gifts of unidentifiable bones, your pet is already compromised. The transformation happens in 3 stages. Stage 1, excessive drooling and night whimpers that sound suspiciously like words. Stage 2, your pet will begin standing upright when they think you're not looking.
Oh.
Stage 3,
Oh, hell
the
nah.
molting begins, and that's when you'll find the feathers. Long black feathers in their bedding, under your pillow, in your child's school bag. This is not a natural phenomenon. SCP-3199 is not an infection or parasite. What's
It's a
happening to your
monster.
pets is intentional. They are being prepared as vessels.
For what?
The black veins are neural pathways. The human-like speech is practice. When the molting finishes, something will wear your pet's skin like a uniform. You have exactly 6 hours from first symptoms to complete neutralization.
And their
Prepare
plans to
a
take over
brine
humans?
solution using 3 cups of kosher salt per gallon of holy water.
Does it have to be kosher?
Submerge the host completely. Do not look away as the skin peels back. Count the feathers. If you count more than 3,199, close your eyes and repeat your mother's maiden name until sunrise.
Oh my
What
god.
comes next is critical. The Foundation has been lying to you.
The Foundation. The Foundation.
SCP-3199 was never contained because it was never the threat. The real danger is what comes after the molting. When your pet brings you that first perfectly cleaned human femur. When it starts singing your childhood lullabies in your voice. When you wake to find it
Because
standing
it
over
wants
your
to
bed
be you.
with
It
its
wants
new
to take
hands.
over you.
Remember this warning. The entity doesn't want your pets.
It
It
wants
wants your
you.
homes, your identities, your lives. Check your gums too. If you see black lines, it means you were never the owner. You were always the next vessel.
Whoa.
This broadcast will not repeat. They're learning to block the signals. God help whoever's left when the last pet finishes molting. Transmission ends.
So that means that we could end up in an entire world where everyone is simply just like a skinwalker, where everyone is a copy of a copy, where everyone is fake, and then everyone just have to accept that. that you're just living in a world? What's the end goal then? If that SCP, who is that SCP? Do we have like backstory or lore about that? All live instances of SCP-3199 are to be contained on Site 11114 within a modified Keter humanoid. What? This is a lot of backstory to understand, like, what bro is all about. First clearly recorded instance of that SCP. So that's just containment procedures. Description. SCP-3199 denotes a species of sapient Category 5 biological entities of currently in something origin through tissue samples indicate the presence of a something chicken, a chimpanzee, a stoat, a mussel, adder, and human DNA. They're typically hairless, stained with a thin layer of something, and a strand, and stand at an average of 3 meters. It weighs at about like 700 kilograms for a matured instance and 360 for a hatchling. Autopsy has determined that the carnaval vertebrae of a mature SCP instance are composed of cartilage rather than bone. The entire neck and throat to twist. Oh, this enables the entire neck and throat to twist and dislocate to around 340 degrees in either direction, aiding in their unusual reproductive cycle. SCP are opportunistic hunters, engaging with live subjects within a currently undefined radius. Within a 0.6 kilometer radius, hatchlings that have not yet reached full adolescence average a speed of 25 kilometers per hour. Upon contact with a human or animal, the SCP will proceed to redact, liquefying internal organs and bone structure. A suitable cadaver is then transferred within range of the closest hatchling. The SCP produces large eggs of an off-white something coloration and rubbery appearance. An egg will pass through the entity's digestive tract, esophagus, and eventually out via the mouth, followed by a viscous red substance, first thought to be a form of placenta. Ew. The SCP shows extreme distress through the process, with personnel describing the sound as not dissimilar to a scream. It doesn't seem like they have like a final purpose. Of course, if they take over humans and they all live in that world, but I just don't understand what the final purpose would be in this case here.
Emergency broadcast. School district alert. Number 47. Attention all students, faculty, and parents. This is an urgent notification from the school board. As of 8:45 a.m. this morning, multiple classrooms have reported severe behavioral anomalies among teaching staff. If your instructor has failed to blink during lessons for more than 72 consecutive hours, do not approach them. Do not make direct eye contact. Most importantly, do not remind them to blink. The first signs are subtle. A math teacher staring just a second too long at the chalkboard.
They might be the Skinwalker,
A
though.
history professor whose eyelids never
SCP.
flutter, even when chalk dust clouds the air. By day 2, their corneas will appear unusually glossy, like wet glass. By day 3, you'll notice their lips moving slightly when no one is looking, repeating the same phrase in a whisper too quiet to decipher. This is not exhaustion. This is not a medical condition. The unblinking staff members are not sick. They've been replaced. The real teachers are still in the building. We found them in the boiler room, the janitor's closet, even folded inside the gym mat.
Folded?
Their
Folded?
eyelids were removed with surgical precision. Their mouths are sewn shut
Do you think
with
it's
what
the
appears
SCP?
to be human hair.
It's gotta be the SCP
If you
then.
suspect your teacher is affected, follow these instructions exactly.
Leave school.
First, discreetly pass a note to the nearest administrator, but do not write on lined paper. They're attracted to the grooves. Second, if the teacher begins writing on the board in perfect cursive, immediately look away. That's not English they're transcribing. Third, and most critically, if your teacher's reflection ever appears in a window or mirror, while their real body is turned away, close your eyes and count to 7. The thing wearing their skin can only mimic sight, not comprehension. Here's what the school board hasn't told you. This started in 1987. The original unblinking teacher was never
Bite
found
of
because she
87?
never left.
The Bite of
She's
87?
been promoting staff members who exhibit exceptional focus for decades. The current principal hasn't blinked since his hiring in 2003.
Oh,
This
that's been like
broadcast
over
will self-destruct in
over 20
60
years.
seconds to protect remaining students. One final warning. Check your own blink rate as you watch this. If you realize you haven't blinked since the message began, put your head between your knees and wait for the screaming to stop. They always scream when the transfer completes. God help the class of 2024. Transmission ends.
I blink. You guys also blink, right? I feel like I have a pretty normal blink rate.
It's late. You're alone, walking empty streets. Then you hear it. A low rumble. A bus with no number, no name, slides out of the dark. Its windows glow. It sees you. It knows you're here. This is an emergency public service announcement from the Department of Civic Safety. An unmarked bus is stalking our roads, appearing only after midnight.
Kidnapping
No
people,
route,
right?
no driver, just a pale light leaking from its windows. Do not look at it. Do not wave. Do not follow.
Do not
if you
board
do,
it.
you're gone. We don't know what it is. We don't know where it goes. But it never stops. Not for lights, not for signs, not for you. Its hum crawls into your skull, and those who hear it too long vanish. Their faces show up on posters, your neighbor, your friend, the kid from the corner store. All gone after they saw the bus. The posters don't last. They're torn down, erased, like their names never mattered. But
like
we've
they never
heard them
existed.
late at night in the static of dead radios whispering, "Get on." Some say the bus has always been here, circling, taking. Others say it's new, born from something we woke up. Either way, it's hunting. It picks who it wants, and it never forgets a face. Maybe it passed your street last night. Maybe it slowed down, its doors hissing open. Did you feel it? The air turning heavy, the shadows moving wrong. Did you look? If you see the bus, turn away. Cover your eyes. Run. Because if it sees you, it knows your name. It'll call
Already?
you in the wind, in your dreams, in the footsteps behind you. A seat is waiting, and it's yours. We've hidden this too long. Last night, we found something where the bus stopped. A message carved into the road. The driver is awake. Awake and watching. Not human, not alive, but it's driving. It's always been driving, and it's coming for us all. Every town it visits turns quiet, empty, like it's stealing our souls. It's not full yet, but it's
Oh,
close.
so it is stealing
And
souls.
it wants you next. They're still riding. Are you? Tell us. Have you seen the bus? What's it hiding?
There's like a lot of these videos where I don't feel like there's really a payoff in the end. Like, it's very mysterious, and you know, the point of it is to be mysterious. But I do want to know what the payoff would be. Like, why is the bus actually doing this? Like, is the purpose of the bus to gather souls? Gather vessels? Oh my god, Stan, the story makes itself. The bus is gathering vessels so they can then do the switch, or maybe turn them into skinwalkers? Maybe, I don't really know, maybe. I feel like it would be nice to have like a solid baseline to go from, you know, figure out if it's like, again, the government, simulation, to like have like a bigger understanding of this. But I feel like to keep it mysterious as well would be, you know, as someone who's trying to like dissect it and figure out like what's going on behind the scenes, for me it would be nice, but otherwise keeping it like mysterious is still nice.
Emergency broadcast. National Housing Authority. Alert attention all residents. This is an urgent architectural advisory. If you discover a door in your home
Another
that wasn't
door.
there yesterday,
Is it
do
connected
not
to the
open
dream?
it. Do not touch it.
Could it be connected
do
to
not
the
even
dream?
look at it for more than 3 seconds. What you're seeing is not a construction error. It's not a prank. And it's definitely not your imagination. The first sign is usually subtle. A hallway that feels slightly longer than you remember.
Like the dream.
A new draft
Like the
coming
dream.
from where no window exists. Then you'll see it. A door where only blank walls should be. The wood grain will look familiar because it matches your childhood home. The doorknob will be warm to the touch, even in winter. And if you listen closely, you'll hear faint scratching from the other side.
Oh,
That's
yeah, nah.
not an animal. That's the sound of something learning to knock properly. Here's what you need to know. These doors only appear in occupied homes. They never manifest in empty houses or abandoned buildings. The government's official stance is that this is a mass hallucination. They're lying.
No,
We've tracked 147 cases where residents opened the new door. Only 3 survived long enough to tell us what they saw. All 3 described the same thing, a perfect replica of their own living room, just 6 inches out of alignment. And in every case, their original front door disappeared within 24 hours. This is not a paranormal event. This is an infestation. The doors are how they travel between houses. They've been doing this since at least 1923, when an entire apartment building in Chicago reported identical new doors appearing simultaneously. The building was demolished. The doors came back. Final warning, if your home develops a new door, cover it immediately with a mirror facing outward. They can't stand seeing their own reflection. It shows them what they really look like. But if you wake up and find every door in your house has moved 3 inches to the left, don't bother running. That just means they've finished building the new version of your home around you. The real question isn't whether you'll escape. It's whether the next family will notice their new door leads straight into your bedroom. This message will not repeat. They're learning to block our signals. God help whoever's living in your house next. Transmission ends.
So it's just like the demons or the people living in the mirror dimension. They are trying to escape somehow to, again, take over the life, take over someone, take over people's living.
You're not supposed to be home right now.
But I am home.
Very carefully. Don't move. Don't touch anything.
I'm not touching.
Just listen.
I'm listening.
Where exactly are you sitting? Think. Did you lock the front door when you came in?
Yes.
Did the air feel colder than usual?
Normal.
Look around. Is anything slightly wrong? Because this broadcast wasn't meant for everyone. It's only triggered when someone like you breaks the pattern.
What pattern?
You came home too early. And now, you're not alone. This house was meant to be empty for the next 17 minutes. That space, that silence was necessary.
For what?
But you cut it short. You entered before the system finished resetting. You weren't supposed to see it like this.
Like a simulation,
You weren't
right?
supposed to be here when it was still deciding. If you're hearing this message, that means the sync has already begun. Objects in your home may not belong to you. You may feel like someone's standing just out of sight. That's not paranoia. That's the other version of you, catching up. Don't answer the phone. Don't respond to the knock. Don't speak, even if someone calls you by name. Because in exactly 3 minutes, the original version of you is going to arrive at the front door.
Oh.
They'll look like you. They'll talk like you. They'll beg to be let in.
So what do you do then?
But that won't be you anymore. You already took their place. Now the system doesn't know which version to accept.
It is simulation.
Only one of
It
you
is.
will be allowed to stay.
It is simulation
and the other
all the way.
will be sealed inside the house, trapped, muted, forgotten. If you hear breathing behind the TV, don't check. If the hallway looks darker than it should be, don't walk down it. And whatever you do not look at the mirror, because the version on the other side may not blink when you do. You have less than 2 minutes now. The lights may flicker, the floor may hum. You may feel something watching you. That's normal. That means the house is choosing. You're not supposed to be home right now, but you are. And now, you can't leave.
So if you somehow deviate from the path inside of the simulation, that means, but that means there's gonna be 2 copies of you, right? So that's how you can get more doppelgangers. If you somehow deviate from your chosen path inside of the simulation, because they say, life is dictated for you. Like, nothing you do in life is out of free will. Everything is decided for you already. So if somehow by any miracle that happens that you deviate from your chosen path, that means that you can basically start a new path, right? So you have basically soft-locked your own version, an older version of yourself outside of the house, and they will either turn into a doppelganger. You constructed your own doppelganger because you basically deviated from your path. Oh, I love this.
Carefully.
I love this.
Don't look away from the screen right now. This is important, and it's only for you. We've picked up a strange signal coming through your eyes.
My eyes?
Your eyes. It's not a glitch. It's not
my
stress.
eyes? What is it with my eyes?
Someone else is watching through them. They've been doing it quietly for a while, maybe a few days. That feeling you've had, that someone's behind you, or that things aren't where you left them.
So someone
That's
is
not
inside
in
of my
your head.
eyes?
This is a warning. You're not alone in your own vision anymore. They're not beside you. They're inside the image. They see what you see. At first, you won't notice anything, just little things. You'll blink and swear something changed. Someone will wave to you, but you won't remember passing them. You'll look in a mirror and feel like the face looking back is half a second late. We call them visual hitchers. They ride along your sight like a parasite, watching, learning, waiting. They won't hurt you, not yet. They just want
Until
your
they're
attention.
grown.
And slowly, they're getting it. They choose people who stare at screens a lot, who stay
That's
up
me.
late,
That's me.
who stop noticing when things feel off. You were perfect for them.
Of course
If
I
this
were.
is freaking you out, good. That means you're still in control, but not for long. You might start feeling like you're being followed even when you're home. You'll catch movement in the corner of your eye, but nothing will be there. Sometimes they appear in reflections, not clearly, just shapes. Watching you, studying how you react. If that happens, don't speak. Don't look directly. Don't acknowledge them. They want recognition. That's how they get in.
Don't look in the
We
mirror.
don't know exactly what they are, but when they fully attach, your body keeps moving. Your voice still works, but you're not the one behind the
You're in
eyes
control,
anymore.
yeah.
Right now, you still are. You're still seeing this message.
Oh,
That's
dude,
a good
being
sign.
trapped in your own
But
body.
one more thing. In about 10 seconds, you'll notice something strange. A movement, a shadow, a flicker. It's not random. It's them. If you react, if you panic, they'll know you're aware, and they'll make their move. So if anything happens, don't blink, don't speak, don't move. Let them think you're still blind, because once they know you see them, they never look away again.
I fell for it. Oh, I fell for it. I am a skinwalker. There's a demon inside my house, and now I will also be a skinwalker. And they cooked Goober. They got Goober as well. Bro is cooked all the way, man.
This is an official broadcast from the District Behavioral Safety Department. Please remain calm. This message is intended for
They updated
students
it, right?
only.
Oh, this is
If
new,
you're
yeah.
currently in a classroom, look around you, but do not make eye contact
With
with
anyone.
for more than 3 seconds.
Because what
If
happens?
someone near you is sitting completely still, blinking less than once per minute, or repeating their answers exactly word for word every time they're asked, report it silently to your administrator using Form S13.
What is
Do
Form
not
S13?
confront them. Do not speak to them directly. And under no circumstances should you ask them if they're feeling off.
They've been switched.
We believe
They've been
this started
switched.
last Tuesday when a teacher at high school experienced what officials are calling a behavioral freeze. She reportedly did not blink for 72 hours. Students believed it was a challenge, a dare, but one student, name withheld, stared into her eyes. Too long. He changed later that day, not all at once. First, he started answering questions he wasn't asked. Then he sat motionless through the entire fire drill,
Oh,
even
wow.
when smoke entered the room. By the end of the week, he was smiling during the math test. Not
Nobody
at anyone,
smiles.
just
Nobody smiles at a math
Yesterday,
test.
3 more students in his class stopped blinking. We do not believe this is a virus. We do not believe this is a prank. This is a behavioral anomaly with visual triggers. The cause is unknown, but the pattern is spreading. If your classmate is already showing symptoms, do not panic. They will
It's
not harm
reported.
you
It's
yet.
reported.
But understand this. They do not know they are no longer human. They will continue to laugh at jokes, turn in homework, and even answer to their name. But you'll start to notice small things. Their handwriting changes. Their shoes are always perfectly clean. They never use contractions when speaking. These are not coincidences. These are integration errors. If your teacher asks you to make eye contact longer than 10 seconds, look away. If a student offers you a note written in red ink, do not read it. And if someone near you hasn't blinked since this broadcast began,
I'm looking at you
it's already
guys.
too late.
I'm looking at you.
This message will repeat every hour until they shut it off, or until it finds another viewer. End of transmission.
Okay, that's interesting. So if you look at them too long, you're just straight up cooked.
This is a national emergency time correction alert. Please do not adjust your clock. Do not reset your phone.
Is it summertime?
Do
Is
not
it like
trust
daylight
the
savings?
time you see around you. We have detected a widespread temporal malfunction affecting all civilian timekeeping devices. This includes digital clocks, wristwatches, alarms,
Even my Alarmo?
calendars,
My Nintendo Alarmo?
and most importantly, your sense of time. If
Oh,
you
so
are
like jet lag.
experiencing any of the following symptoms, remain calm. You feel earlier than you should be. Your memories don't match the current time. You arrive before events happen. You're late to things that haven't started yet. You are not alone. All clocks are lying. We repeat, all clocks are lying. What you are experiencing is known as a loop slip, a condition where your awareness becomes out of sync with the time the rest of the world obeys. In most cases, this starts small, a 5-minute delay, a bell that rings twice, a conversation that you've already had.
Oh, so it's like
The
déjà
longer
vu.
you trust the false time, the deeper you fall. In some affected regions, individuals have been reported aging backwards, repeating full
Whoa.
days, or vanishing entirely after adjusting their watches to match others.
Oh, so
We urge
when you
not
adjust
to
it, it
follow
goes further
scheduled
back?
routines. Do not attend appointments. Do not answer alarms.
So don't work?
Time has
Don't go to
stopped
work?
tracking you. That is a good thing. You may notice certain people repeating movements, responding before you speak, or standing still for long periods. These individuals have fully looped. They are not dangerous. They are not aware. They are simply on the wrong time. Do not make eye contact with them. Do not ask them what time it is. And most importantly, do not correct them. This message
Because
will
then
not
they'll be
repeat.
aware.
This message was already sent, and you've already heard it.
What?
This message was already
And we just
sent,
didn't know?
and you've already heard it once before. If you're still here, if you're still listening, that means your internal clock is resisting the loop. You must hold on to that. Trust your rhythm, ignore the ticking, and whatever you do, never fix your watch, because once time catches up to you, you'll be the one who's already gone.
Yeah, because if time isn't paying attention to you and you keep on fixing your watch, either it can go one of the other ways. Either you get older, faster, or it goes backwards, just like they said. And just like earlier, if you put attention on it, like if you show people and say, hey, you know, time is not working for me, something is different here, they'll know, and that means you're done.
This is a classroom-specific broadcast. If you've seen our previous alert, the one about the teacher who didn't blink for 72 hours.
Yes, yes.
This is not the same teacher. That
new one.
incident was contained. This
What does
one is
contained
worse.
mean?
If you are currently in class and your teacher has been standing still for more than 45 minutes, listen closely. Do not panic. Do not speak. Do not draw attention to yourself. We are aware of the situation. Yes, they are still standing. Yes, they haven't moved since the first bell, and yes, they are not breathing. You may have
But how are they
convinced
alive?
yourself they're just focused, just thinking, just tired. But you're wrong. Their chest isn't rising, their eyes haven't shifted, and they haven't blinked once since you walked in.
What if it's like
They are
the
not
alien,
dead.
the
They
parasite?
are not alive. They are just there. If they called your name and their mouth didn't move, stay silent. If the class has been quiet longer than it should be, but no one feels the need to speak, do not break the silence. Something has taken hold. We believe this phenomenon spreads through stillness, through mimicry, through absence. You may have already noticed students in the front row starting to match the teacher's posture, the same way they stood,
So that's how they
the same
affect them?
tilt of the head,
By just
the
accepting?
same silence. They are not imitating, they're syncing. Check the clock in your room. Is it stuck? Do your notes look like something you've already written? Good.
So it's time.
That means
It's
you're
time
still
realigning.
aware, but not for long. This entity doesn't want your attention. It wants your presence, to still you, empty you, and keep teaching as if nothing ever changed. Security footage shows no one entering the room this morning, and yet, when the bell rang, the teacher was already there, standing, watching, waiting. Do not
Deviation.
make sudden movements.
Deviation.
Do not pack your bag. Do not stand up unless instructed by this broadcast. This is not about breathing anymore. This is about forgetting you ever did. If you're watching this from outside the room, keep moving. If you're watching this from inside, you haven't moved in 7 minutes, and neither has she.
Yeah, because this makes sense in terms of like deviation, what I said before, that this teacher must have deviated from their path, and then they got into the classroom before the real teacher, which means that they basically started some kind of anomaly, right?
Was already there. And yet,
Also, that's how you can desync, right? They talked about time earlier, where if time isn't paying attention to you, that means that you're basically desynced. So if you deviate from the simulation, that means that time can basically ignore you until you are spotted. So this teacher here basically went over to work. Maybe they are infected, maybe they are the parasite is inside of them, maybe it's their doppelganger, but they're just like waiting there and basically trying to convert other ones, desync other ones.
this is an official broadcast from the National Cognitive Safety Network. This message is intended for individuals experiencing symptoms of memory dissonance,
What is memory
identity
dissonance?
overlap, or emotional recognition of unfamiliar events. If you have recently woken up and something feels wrong, do not turn off this transmission. This alert is not a drill. This message is for you. This is a memory contamination advisory. Reports have confirmed a growing number of cases involving unauthorized memory acquisition.
So they steal
In
your
simple
thoughts.
terms, you may have woken up with memories that do not belong to you. At first, these memories feel harmless. You might recall a childhood toy you never owned. You might recognize a street you've never walked, or feel nostalgic for a song you don't remember learning. These are not dreams. They are not misfires in your brain. They are residual fragments from another consciousness. We
From the
refer to
switch.
it as foreign recall syndrome, a breach between your identity and one that was meant to end. These
The
fragments
switch,
do not appear
definitely.
randomly. They are searching for hosts, for empty space, for minds still forming or already fractured. If this is happening to you, you may already be losing your original self. Please answer these questions. Do you recognize people you've never met but feel
No.
close to? Do you miss a home that doesn't exist?
No,
Have you cried for someone you were never told about?
no.
These are stage 1 indicators. Stage 2 begins when you start adopting unfamiliar habits, writing in a new style, answering to a name no one called you, seeing places that aren't really there, speaking in tones or languages you don't remember learning. And then comes the transfer. It doesn't happen all at once. It's quiet, gradual, comfortable, until it isn't. You will start to remember how they died, not as a dream, as
How
a
they
memory.
di- who
You'll
died?
feel the moment they left, the breath that didn't finish, the goodbye that never made it out. You'll remember things no one should carry. These fragments are looking for closure, and now they found you. The more you resist, the harder they push. The more you speak of them, the more real they become. Never say their name. Never write it down. Never tell anyone what you remember. Because the moment you do, they aren't memories anymore. They are back. You weren't supposed to wake up with someone else's life, but you did. And now they're watching from behind your eyes, smiling, waiting for you to forget who you were. Because once you forget, they get to stay.
This definitely sounds like the switch can basically be interrupted. So somehow, whenever the switch is performed during the night, it can basically malfunction. It can fail. So you wake up feeling like you know the life that you're living, but you also don't. This is like super confusing, dude.
This is a behavioral alert from the Domestic Surveillance Anomaly Division. We are issuing this broadcast to households containing feline companions. If you own a cat, or if a cat has begun visiting your home uninvited, this message applies to you. We've received thousands of identical reports. Pet owners across the country have noticed their cats engaging in sustained, silent observation during nighttime hours. They are typically perched near beds, windows, or doorways, facing the owner, yet not responding to name, touch, or light. At first glance, this behavior appears harmless, but after repeated analysis, we've identified a shared pattern. Cats are not watching you. They are watching through you. You may have noticed it already. You wake up in the middle of the night. The room is quiet. The air feels too still, and your cat is sitting there, perfectly upright, eyes wide, unblinking, staring at you, but somehow not focused on you. Don't move. Don't speak. They see more clearly when you acknowledge them. Most owners laugh it off. They think it's cute. He just loves me. But if you've had vivid dreams lately, or no dreams at all, if you've woken up feeling like you forgot something big, you may already be part of the transfer. Here's what we know. Feline cognitive centers are active while they sleep, but more active when you do. They've begun syncing with human neural rhythms during...
More active when you do? What does that even mean?
Active. Feline cognitive centers are active while they sleep.
Yeah?
But more active when you do. They've begun syncing with human neural rhythms during unconscious states.
When you do what?
In short,
oh,
your
when
cat
I sleep.
is dreaming for you. Dreams are not just stories. They're memory defragmentation, personality regulation, identity sorting. When you don't dream, parts of your mind don't reset, but someone has to absorb the overflow, and they're offering. Cats don't just stare at you while you sleep, they watch for you, and if they stare long enough, they start storing you. Here's how it starts. You forget minor details, where you placed your keys, what time you fell asleep. You begin waking up with strange emotions, grief, anger, nostalgia, none of which match your life. You have brief flashes of dreams you know you didn't have. You're not being haunted. You're being backed up. Some cats are now carrying multiple human fragments. They have entire lives in them. You might see it in their eyes. Too still, too old. They're remembering things no animal should remember. Some cats have started acting differently, avoiding mirrors, staring at spots on the wall that aren't there, purring when you feel fear, sleeping where someone else used to. That's not affection. That's recognition. If your cat has started sitting by your bed at exactly the same time every night, if it stares too long without blinking, if its breathing stops when you look at it, you've already begun the transfer. They're not dreaming about you. They're dreaming as you. Some owners have stopped sleeping entirely. They say they don't feel tired anymore. They say they're wide awake even when their eyes are closed. In every recorded case, the cat remains healthy. The owner becomes quiet, detached, eventually unrecognizable, even to themselves. Here's the part we didn't expect. We've tried separating owners from their cats, changing homes.
This is what I want to hear.
Doors.
This is what I want to hear,
It doesn't work. The transfer continued because the connection is already internal. There is no going back. If you're watching this, if your cat has already looked at you tonight, they've already taken the part of you you'd never notice missing. You might feel it tomorrow when you wake up and nothing feels wrong. That's how you know it worked.
But how are you
Because
gonna
it's
figure
no
out nothing
longer
is
your
wrong?
life to feel wrong about. Tonight, when you sleep, watch where your cat is. And if it's looking at you, remember, it's not looking at you. It's remembering you for someone else.
They're switching the bodies, so maybe the cat is used to basically put the memories of the person that was switched inside the, not the skinwalker, inside of the doppelganger. So the doppelganger that basically takes over, they have the same memories. I feel like that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
This is a Level 2 academic compliance alert, issued in coordination with the Department of Student Preservation. Please remain seated, maintain eye contact with your desk, and do not interrupt this broadcast.
Okay, I'm not gonna pause it.
You may have noticed something strange during class today. A wrong equation on the board, a historical date slightly off. Your teacher called you the wrong name.
I would never
and
notice that. I mean,
smiled
apart
when you
from the name.
corrected her. You thought she made a mistake. She didn't.
But she's
She
learning.
was testing who
She's
still
learning.
thinks they're real.
Oh.
We regret to inform all students and staff that correction protocols have been suspended until further notice. You are no longer allowed to correct your teacher. Yes, even if she's completely wrong. Even if she tells you your hometown doesn't exist. Even if she writes numbers backwards. Even if she starts speaking in a language no one has taught you.
Because if she
Because the
notices,
truth
she
is,
freaks out.
that is no longer your teacher.
Okay.
Reports have confirmed that all 9 classrooms under Sector B have experienced changes in instructional identity. Students who raised their hand, questioned the material, or corrected the instructor were observed exhibiting the following side effects: sudden dizziness, nosebleeds, speech duplication, repeating the last thing the teacher said involuntarily, temporary visual distortion of the face when viewed through glass or phone screens, faint sounds of whispering from inside their locker. If you have experienced any of these, do not go to the nurse. She already knows. She helped them get in.
Oh.
This all started last week. A student corrected a small grammar error in room 4C. The teacher turned to him slowly and said, "Then teach it yourself." He hasn't been seen since, but we all hear his voice at the start of class now. You've heard it. The soft humming before roll call. That's him. If your teacher pauses and stares at the corner of the classroom for more than 12 seconds, close your eyes. This is not a punishment. This is for your protection. If the lights flicker while she's speaking, don't blink. If she writes your name without asking, erase it before she turns around.
Oh.
If she asks, "Would you like to correct me again?"
Don't.
Say no. Say it clearly, and never look away from her hands. And now, the part they didn't want me to say, what you weren't supposed to know. She's not teaching the wrong answers. She's teaching the new reality, the one we're being reshaped for, the one where facts shift, names dissolve, and you exist only if she allows it. You thought this was just a mistake on the board. You thought you were being helpful. You failed the test, and she knows. This concludes the compliance briefing. Resume silence. Accept the lesson, or be replaced by someone who will.
But that just means that they are reprogramming you. If they basically force you to not understand, if they force you to listen to the teacher when they're teaching you the wrong material, that means that they're reprogramming you into believing what she's saying. So, and even though they told you, oh, we know that she's wrong on purpose, but that doesn't matter because you will still keep on hearing gibberish, and that means that you will believe it in the end. You can go through like 5 years of school, like you can go through your entire life in school not knowing that what the teacher is basically teaching is wrong because basically we don't know. Like we didn't figure out that they were teaching the wrong material on purpose, but only people who are, grown and smart enough can figure out, people that already... How do we then know that the material that we have been taught is real or not. Nothing is real. Everything is fake. Or everything is real and nothing is fake. Ah! I love this. I love where this is going. We have like 6 episodes left. I love this. Oh my god.
Safety broadcast.
A dream
Please
safety.
remain calm. This message is only for individuals who have recently heard their own name spoken during sleep. If you recall hearing your name in a dream, spoken softly, urgently, or from a direction you couldn't identify, do not respond. Do not speak. Do not look toward the voice. You are being searched for. For years, people believed dreams were random, that the voices we heard were fragments of memory, misfiring neurons, or subconscious echoes. They were wrong. We now understand that dreams are two-way mirrors, and some of them are active listening environments. Your name is not being spoken inside your head. It is being spoken through it.
You're being
If
called,
this is
right?
your first time hearing the voice, it likely called you once, calmly. It used your full name, and it waited.
And it doxed
It does
you.
not ask questions. It does not whisper nonsense. It says your name, and waits for you to make a mistake. The mistake is speaking back.
Acknowledging
The
it,
moment you answer, it learns where your voice lives, and then it follows the sound, through layers of memory, through gaps in logic, through the threads that tie your sleep to your identity. You think you wake up, but it's already on its way.
But you don't.
Here's how you'll know it got closer. You'll wake up feeling spoken to, but not knowing what was said. You'll hear your name while awake, but no one is there. You'll start responding to it before you realize you even heard it. This is response bleed, a sign that it's not just in your dream anymore. It's following your voice into waking life, mimicking it, wearing it. If your friends say you called them but you didn't, if someone says your voice sounds off, if you hear yourself speak when your mouth is closed, that's not a
But that's
symptom.
your thoughts.
That's a replacement rehearsal. It doesn't want your body, it wants your name. Because names anchor us. They make us findable. There are 3 stages to the name-calling event. Stage 1, contact you hear your name in a dream. Once, clearly, it waits. Stage 2, confirmation you respond, even in your mind, even silently. It begins learning your internal tone. Stage 3, collection. You wake up, but your voice doesn't feel like yours. Others notice it first, then you do. Then, one day, you'll hear someone call your name again, but it's your voice, and it's coming from behind you. If you hear your
And it's
name in
already
a
inside
dream
them.
tonight, do not reply. Do not turn around. Do not whisper what. Because the thing calling you already knows it's your name. It
But
just
you have
needs
to
you
let
to
it in.
admit that it's
You have
yours.
to let it in, yeah.
And once you do, you won't be the one who wakes up next time.
That's like standard demon stuff, right? That is like typically demon. You have to like allow a demon to enter, or like not a demonic presence. Like you literally have to give it permission to take over, and basically acknowledging that it exists gives it permission to yoink your body away from you.
This is a domestic replacement alert, issued only once. If you are still living with your parents, siblings, or household pets, this message is for you. Please listen
I
carefully.
mean, I live on my own,
You
but I
may
do have
feel
a
it
pet.
already. Your mother still smiles the same. Your father still sits in the exact same chair. Your sister still hums the same song in the hallway.
But
Your
something's
brother
different.
still ignores you just the right amount. And your pet, the one that used to sleep near your door, it won't go near your room anymore. You told yourself things were fine, but they're not. They haven't been fine since last Tuesday, even if you can't remember what happened then. You're not crazy, you're not imagining it, and you're not alone. This is a warning. Your family has been replaced, not by strangers,
Oh, wow.
not by clones, by something far worse.
Demons? Demons, right?
Imitations that study you in silence. They know your bedtime. They know what makes you cry. They know how your real mother laughed. They've been practicing. Here's how it starts. You walk into the kitchen and everyone stops speaking. Your father's laugh is just 1 second too late. Your sister calls you by your full name. She never does that. Your dog growls when no one else is in the room. And then it escalates. They forget things only your real family would know.
Because if you
They cook
acknowledge
your
it,
favorite
then
meal,
yeah.
but they get it slightly wrong. Your brother says he never had that scar, the one you both know he got from falling off his bike. They don't correct themselves. They just watch
But if you do,
We've tracked the pattern. When a full family unit is replaced, they always keep the pet. It's how they monitor you. It's how they study your habits. Pets remember, but they can't speak, so they watch and wait. If your pet refuses to enter certain rooms, follow it, trust it. It's the only real thing left. You might be thinking, but they still love me. They still act normal. That's the point. They've learned your expectations. They aren't hiding anymore. They're adapting. Each time you ignore the feeling in your stomach, they get better. Each time you laugh it off, you're helping them blend. They only need one more thing from you.
acceptance, exactly.
Once you stop questioning them, once you stop watching them carefully, they will fully become your family and you will disappear. Not physically, not right away, but piece by piece, memory by memory, until you're just like them. You've already noticed it. Your reflection looks a little different. Your voice sounds wrong in recordings. Your friends say you've changed lately. You haven't changed. You're being overwritten. So tonight, before you go to sleep, listen. Does your house sound too quiet? Is your family already in bed? Or are they waiting? Don't say goodnight. Don't ask what's for breakfast. Don't answer when they call your name. Because that voice you've known your whole life, it isn't theirs anymore. And if you answer back, it won't be yours either.
But this one like kind of contradicts all we have seen so far, because what we learned is that if we question when someone is wrong, that's when they know that we know. But in this case here, when we stop questioning them, that means that we basically accept our new family, and then we are all skinwalkers in the end.
This is a digital pattern alert issued by the Unverified User Surveillance Division.
The
If you are seeing
USB
identical profile images across your social apps,
Identical-
stop scrolling and
identical
listen
profile
carefully.
pictures? Oh!
This is not a glitch. This is not a trend. This is a digital replacement event. You probably noticed it while checking your group chat. Someone updated their profile photo, then another, and another. Now, they all look the same. Your friends, your classmates, even accounts you follow but never speak to. Same photo, same blank stare, same low-resolution smile that doesn't look like anyone real. But here's the part you missed. You didn't update yours, and now you're the only one left. You might think it's a bug, that everyone joined a joke you weren't invited to, but if you look closely, those accounts aren't active anymore. No stories, no posts, no typing indicators, just that image, and the name you thought you knew. Here's what happens next. You'll get a message. It'll look like it's from someone you trust. It might say, "You didn't change yours," or worse, "Update it before it updates for you." Do not respond. Do not open the message. Do not click the profile. Every interaction is a signal. Every view is a confirmation. They only need you to look. We've traced this event. It starts slow, one account at a time. Then it spreads exponentially. And once your feed is full of matching faces, it's already decided. They're not people. They're placeholders. Digital masks programmed to mimic engagement. And once you click one, they'll click back.
It'll take you
Here's
to...
what you need to do. Log out of all accounts immediately. Turn off any device that auto-syncs social profiles. Do not view unknown profile images, even if they carry familiar names. If a friend calls you and says, "Why didn't you change yours?" Hang up.
That's not them.
That's not your friend anymore.
They're already
There's still
dead.
time, but not much. If you're still seeing your own face on your account, they haven't taken it yet. But if someone else posts using your name, using your voice, using your smile, you'll never be able to prove you were the real one. And when it finishes uploading, you'll be the last profile they update from the inside.
This is my favorite episode so far, because you have like the entire comment section, you have Kevin, you have, if we can get more of us, we're planning to raid a couple of streams and videos. Just join us, create a mini apocalypse, lol. The infection has begun. Guys, it'll be really fun if we actually did this and changed our profile pictures to troll people. I love this. I love when people like join in on the joke. Change it before it changes you. Where everyone is like in on the gag. That's cool.
This is a level 3 school-wide identity alert, issued for all students currently enrolled in public, private, and unlisted institutions. If you are recognized by faculty members you've never spoken to, this message is for you. You've never been to the principal's office. You've never caused trouble. You keep your head down. You don't skip. You don't speak up. And yet today, your principal looked at you and smiled. Not a polite smile. A familiar one.
Well, how
as if
familiar?
They knew your
how
name
familiar?
Before they ever heard it. And then, they said it. Your full name.
They doxed you.
With perfect pronunciation. No attendance sheet. No ID badge. Just your name.
They changed the voice this
like
time, did they?
They've been waiting. This is how it starts. You won't notice anything strange at first. They might wave at you in the hallway. Mention your grades before you've submitted anything. Tell you they've been keeping an eye on you. But you've never even met them. You'll start to feel like you're being watched. Because you are. Not by cameras,
but
not by
teachers.
staff, by whoever gave your name to the school. Because you weren't on the roster, not last year, not the year before. You were added, not enrolled, not transferred, just added. No
How
records,
added?
No birth certificate,
So you're
no
just
emergency contacts, just a name and a chair with your body in it. This is not your school. It never was. The moment the principal called your name, they confirmed the upload was successful. You're not the student. You're the backup. You're the version they're testing this semester. Everyone sees you, but no one really knows you. That's not a coincidence. That's the program finishing installation. Here's what you need to do. Do not speak to the principal again. Avoid direct eye contact with any staff member who calls your name. If a teacher says your name twice in the same sentence, leave the room. Check the student list in the office. If your name is handwritten while others are printed, you were manually inserted. You'll be called to the office soon, not because you did something wrong, but because they need you out of the hallway. They need the real one to arrive. And when they do, you'll still be sitting in that chair, but it won't be yours anymore. So if your principal knows your name, and you've never met them, you were never registered, and now you've been noticed.
Oh, you've been noticed. Which means that you are one of those who switched, but you didn't catch the cues, like you didn't actually follow the rules. You basically pointed out all the things that were wrong along the way, and now they finally caught your ass.
If you are still inside the building, this message is for you.
Is it for the school still?
I don't know why I stayed. Everyone else left.
Oh,
when the bell
oh,
rang.
oh!
I was the only one still packing up.
You forgot something.
This is
Come
new.
back.
This is
That
new.
was
I
her
like
voice.
this.
Mrs. Lane.
This is
I
like
know she
Gmod,
left
right?
with the others.
I need to go to my classroom. I like this one. That is definitely Gmod. All the way
Classroom's
Gmod.
empty. No bags, no noise, just the smell of chalk. And then I saw it.
The clocks. You were marked present.
You were not dismissed. Please return to your assigned seat. Instruction is ongoing.
I kept walking, hallways, repeating, one hallway, then another, but I wasn't getting anywhere. Every room was perfectly clean, like no one had ever been there. Like I just imagined school existed.
But how would you mark
Eyes
present?
forward. No talking.
I tried the main door, locked, tried the gym. Empty. Every hallway I took circled back to that same board.
Cycle detected. Subject has not exited.
You should have raised your hand.
I turned around, nothing, no one, just me. That chair wasn't like that before. None of them were facing me.
Restarting 4th period. This concludes your scheduled instruction. Attendance confirmed. Behavior satisfactory. You may now return to your seat.
We'll try again tomorrow.
Oh, wait. The end, it says something. Dead Signal VHS tape 47. The school day that never ended. Loop status is active. If I can give you just any feedback, right? Download some mods for Gmod and change up some of the sound effects, because for me this you can see that it's Gmod basically from the start. And if you want to make this like even more creepier, download some camera movements, you know, get some other sound effects other than like the regular door opening, door closing. You know, as long as you have some more VHS baked into the game and some actual camera movements inside of the game, that makes it like way more creepy. I would love to see that. And lighting, and a little bit of lighting, just like, you know, put up some spotlights, so on, would be like super cool.
This is a level 6 national identity
We're at
safety
level 6
broadcast,
now.
authorized by the Department of Continuity and Human Presence. This message is
I feel like
intended
they're making-
only for individuals who have been flagged as non-registered occupants of
They're
this
making
reality.
up these apartments now.
If you are hearing this, you are no longer recognized by the primary version of your environment.
So I'm the
Due to
skinwalker.
recent systemic recalibrations,
So I'm the
a
one who was
small
left behind. I'm
percentage
not
of
the
citizens
deviation.
have been unintentionally excluded from the global memory archive. Your biometric data, social presence, historical records, and physical continuity have been unlinked. This is not an error. This is not reversible.
So you just don't exist
Please
anymore?
remain calm.
You don't. They just told me I
Do
don't
not
exist
attempt
anymore.
to restore your identity through digital, governmental, or interpersonal
They just tell me that I
methods.
don't exist
These
anymore.
systems will not respond. Attempting reconnection may result in accelerated deterioration.
How do I deteriorate?
Common symptoms of deregistration may include reduced eye contact from peers, delayed mirror response, unexpected silence during conversations, displacement in reflection, memory, or time perception. Noticing people reacting to a space you just vacated.
Yeah.
If you experience 3 or more of these symptoms, remain in a fixed location and avoid areas with high memory saturation, e.g., schools, hospitals, childhood homes. Do not interact with individuals who appear to know you but cannot name you. Do not attempt to explain your condition to friends or relatives. They will forget you again within 30 to 90 seconds. In the event you encounter a version of yourself in a public space, do not acknowledge it. Maintain eye contact with the ground and proceed to the nearest unlit structure. It has been assigned your timeline. The following procedures are recommended to maintain temporal stability. Avoid reflective surfaces between 2 and 5 a.m. Do not respond to media that refers to you directly.
Because you don't
Do
exist
not
anymore.
attempt to record your voice or image. Speak only when spoken to.
Huh. Okay, so you just
No
gotta be
more than
obedient.
4 hours
No more
at a
than
time.
4 hours?
Extended stability may be possible through consistent silence and invisibility. Do not panic if you feel light, distant, or transparent. This is normal. It means you are stabilizing. The system is observing. Do not signal back. This concludes your deregistration compliance briefing. Further instructions will be delivered to those who remain visible. Until then, stay still, stay quiet, stay unremembered.
So, you're telling me that I don't exist anymore, but in order to basically keep existing, I just have to be nobody. I just have to, like, be in the space. I just have to be invisible. I can't talk. I can't do anything. I can't exist, but I can somehow still exist because I have to exist in order to, like, not exist, which is, like, super, super weird. We have the final video, which is called, If Your Boss Smiles Too Long, Don't Smile Back.
You are being observed.
I know.
Remain seated. Keep your eyes forward. Listen closely.
I'm listening.
This is a Level 2 Behavioral Compliance broadcast, issued in cooperation with the Department of Workplace Safety and Executive Integrity Monitoring. This transmission is intended for active employees currently working in environments where direct supervision occurs.
So for all of you guys who don't have a
offices,
JOB,
call centers, retail floors,
what about
warehouses,
self-employed?
and all hybrid spaces where supervisors have face-to-face access. A new behavioral anomaly has been identified. It is subtle but dangerous, and it begins with a smile. If your manager, boss, or superior smiles at you for more than 5 seconds, do not smile back. Do not return the gesture.
Because
do not
that's
look
not
away.
your boss
Do
anymore.
not engage. Smiling back activates recognition. Once recognition is complete, the anomaly is permitted to advance.
Exactly,
The following
exactly.
indicators may signal executive breach or facial protocol corruption. Smile beginning before any verbal cue. Smile maintained after the conversation has ended. Extended eye contact without blinking. Still body posture while mouth remains smiling. Smiling without the involvement of any emotion. If you notice these behaviors, do not ask questions. Co-workers who already smiled back may behave normally.
Because they're
This
already
is
converted.
expected.
They're
They have
already switched.
been processed. An affected supervisor may begin to test you. They may stand silently behind you. They may use your full name despite never learning it. They may ask personal questions you don't remember answering. They may call meetings that don't appear on the calendar. Do not answer. Do not attend. You are not being managed. You are being reviewed. You may notice your emails being read before you write them. Your access cards working on locked floors. Your reflection arriving half a second late. These are side effects of overlapping recognition. If your boss is still smiling while alone, they're not smiling at you, they're smiling at what's replacing you. If
Someone
you
who's
wish
better?
to survive the encounter,
Don't
follow
smile.
these instructions carefully. Avoid casual interaction with your supervisor. Do not respond to team realignment notices. Decline all one-on-one performance reviews. Do not enter any room where fluorescent lights flicker in rhythm. Above all else, if your boss smiles for more than 5 seconds,
Don't smile
do
back.
not smile back. The anomaly requires mirroring. You are the mirror.
For them to take... Oh! So that was the final current video on this Dead Signal VHS channel, and I really, really like this concept here. I would love, honestly, if we could get more Gmod into this one here. Like, having more visuals instead of it just being like the same overlay and the same screen over and over again would be like super, super interesting. But if you just downloaded some more mods for it to have like more realistic camera view and like, you know, flickering on screen and so on, that would be super, super cool. And I would also love more explanations. Like, I understand that we're in this universe where a lot of anomalies are happening, okay? A lot of weird shit is happening, which is like totally fine, but I feel like having an overall explanation for why this is happening would be very, very cool. Like an overall, this is happening because you are inside of a simulation and the government is controlling all of it. But, and that's fine. Like, that's basically all that I need, because then we can, you know, think about, okay, what about all the footage that we're seeing? Like, is this being leaked by the government? Is this propaganda? Is this made for us to basically think of something else? Are they helping us? Why are they helping us? Like, is this actually real? Do we believe any of this, or do we don't believe any of this? I like this. I really hope to see that we get more like Gmod in it, which would be like super, super cool. I am definitely not gonna sleep tonight. And what was it again? I'm a skinwalker. Goober is not alive. I'm not alive. I'm switched and I'm cooked, basically. Dead Signal VHS. I like this. I definitely want to check this back in like, you know, maybe a month or so and see if they're uploaded like some new videos, and then we can check them out. But as always, check out Dead Signal VHS. They definitely deserve all the love and support. Subscribe to their channel, watch their videos, because holy moly, this is peak. With that said, guys, thank you all for watching the video. If you liked it, drop a like, subscribe, and I will head out.